It's made of sequins.
So you pet it?
And I have to. Well, if I don't, it does that. See? See? Yes.
Just pet your shoulder the whole stream.
Intrusive thoughts with those stuff.
Welcome, everybody. This is JD Legend and Teching 101 joining me today for, I don't know, probably a trap. I think I'm trapped.
There is no trap. I like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the fact that you're like squirming over the fact that I have some kind of weird agenda.
There's
and
wine
there
in this
is
mug.
none. Yeah. What?
There's wine in this mug. I'm nervous as all get out. I'm like, he's hijacked my computer and he's going to kick me out the stream.
Wait, you think I, the tech king, have the capabilities of hacking a computer? I don't know anything about computers. All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're kicking off with $100 super chat, so I think we're all moving on swimmingly.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
Young Smokey VP 17 says, "Yo, shout out to the Rat King and Queen and Goat Teching. I think it's hilarious that you are a goat. I'm gonna take that as an insult and not in the way
goats
that
are one of my favorite animals.
Early
We did goat facts on the channel, so that was fun. That was the letter G. So I'm good with goats. Yes.
Is there any animal that you haven't covered yet?
Oh, I covered all 26 animals that exist on this planet, and we're not going to cover any more.
Have you covered zebras? Has zebras been a part of this?
Zebra was zebra facts. That was the letter Z. That had to be. Some of them I had to get clever, like the letter X, but you know.
Do you Murphy and Teching gonna split this back? See, this is part of what's stressing me out. Is everybody is so hyped for us to fight, and I'm like, I'm so afraid.
I will tell you the reason why I did ask you guys to do a stream again.
Okay,
It was because one night I was just perusing through YouTube shorts on an endless dopamine hit.
Okay.
And I stumbled upon the one where we got into that argument and you kicked me out. And I'm like, I completely forgot about that. And I'm like, that was fun. We need to do that again. And I'm like, and everyone that short has a lot of views. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's try to do this again. Yes.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a little bit better. For context, Matt texted me and he was like, "Hey, let's stream again. You host." And I was just like, what am I in trouble? What have I done?
No, I just didn't feel like doing it.
Oh, well, but behind the scenes, Matt, you were wishing Jay a happy. I don't want to take it from you.
Happy 100,000 YouTube subscribers. We can have a toast to that with wine, and I don't know what you're drinking, Jay, and I have iced tea.
So I have turned into a hipster, and I'm drinking matcha tea. So yeah, I'm
matcha tea.
Hipster
all right,
matcha tea. My headcanon is that's chocolate milk in your little juice box.
If that's chocolate milk, it's like either green milk or green chocolate. Either way,
it's one way
because it's in a plastic like chocolate milk container.
Yeah. No, I started getting into tea lately as well. I have this like soothing honey chamomile thing I drink when my throat starts getting like upset doing YouTube and stuff. But yeah, you know, Jay, it's great because like I remember when I hit 100K and for years and years, that was like once I get to 100K, that's like the first huge milestone. And they give you the plaque, which I love the modern plaques. My old plaque doesn't even look as cool.
What's yours look like?
I could grab it really quick. Hold on. You're going to see I'm wearing cargo shorts under this.
Cargo shorts with the golden suit. Oh, this is new. This is new. I'm loving the swagger.
I'll wait till Matt gets back to read the next super chat. Chocolate plus blue Star Wars milk equals green tea.
I never thought I would have to stand up the entire time we did this.
I know, right? Well, when I was hooking stuff up too, I was aware of, I was like, maybe I should have like put on some jeans or something.
So back in the old days, this was the original plaque. And
that's so fancy.
I like the new one though because it's
cool.
It is cool. It is undoubtedly cool, but the old one is like the new one is like a solid piece of metal, and this has like a glass case and like this piece of plastic plated silver or whatever you want to call it.
Did you frame it or did it come framed?
Oh no, it came like that. It came like that.
It came framed.
Mhm,
What?
it was framed.
So
And it
fancy.
actually has the lowercase t because that was before I changed my channel. It had the lowercase t for like 9 years.
That's
Oh,
hilarious.
wow.
You were just teching 101 when you were doing variety content, right?
I'm always teching 101. I've always been that. Yeah. Like when I started my channel and everything.
And what were you when you started?
Like what? Like how old I was?
No, what content were you making? Because
I was talking about an old video game for the PlayStation called Medieval, and then there it had a sequel, and then I did that for like 2 years, and then
Gotcha.
how did we end up talking about my channel? This is Jay's thing.
Jay, what did you start out as?
Yeah.
What did I start out? I started out as, obviously I was doing One Piece reactions, but ironically, I did a reaction to Seven Deadly Sins, the manga, when I actually thought it was a good manga. That was funny. A lot of people don't know
Back
that,
in those days.
back in those days, when it was actually a good manga. And then did a lot of Kingdom reactions as well. I loved Kingdom back then. So like,
So did you take off as a not One Piece content?
so I took off. One Piece was like fine, but what really had me going off was Solo Leveling. When Solo Leveling first came out, I was doing reactions as it was coming out. Then Tacky Toons nuked every channel, and I barely survived by the skin of my teeth. I never covered it again, and I just stuck with One Piece. And eventually, 957 happened. And
Did you get any strikes?
Oh yeah, it was so bad that I got 3 strikes, but I got 2 strikes on one video.
Okay.
No.
So-
2 videos were covered under 1 strike, so I
Your
only
channel-
got 2 strikes.
Your channel didn't
Oh.
get your channel got taken down, but not like terminated or anything. Thank God.
No, so I only had 2 strikes, but they struck 2 videos with 1
Okay.
strike. So I was so lucky. And the
All
moment I did that, I deleted everything. I said, "Y'all never touching Solo
Oh,
Leveling ever
smart.
again." Like I never.
Smart.
Yeah,
Terrible.
that's happened to me occasionally with Shueisha every couple of years, and it's always like that's the reason I just don't use panels anymore. Period, because like
Really?
it'll be okay for a little while, and then Shueisha will get new management or something, and then they'll be like, "Nope, we're going back to it," and I'm like, I don't even
Really?
want to deal with it.
Isn't Toei just as bad though?
Toei, I don't use anime footage either for that reason.
You
I
do.
just-
You throw anime like stills up.
stills, but not anything.
And they're not
footage from the
fussy
anime.
about that.
I guess not, because the channel's still up.
Oh golly.
Uh,
See, I use a lot of panels, and I've started using anime clips too. But the thing
I mean-
is, so sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, so like channels like Totally Not Mark, which I know got real bad targeted recently. He does almost exclusively voiceover with clips, whereas I do a lot of talking head with clips as supplemental,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel like is less targeted.
I feel like audio will get you a lot with that, is from my experience. But then again,
I don't ever use audio clips.
maybe the Totally Not Mark thing changed some stuff, because the like YouTube copyright policies and the way that like Shueisha and Toei took stuff down like 10 years ago is probably not the same stuff they do now.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah.
Have Murph and Tekken yelled at each other yet? You know what?
Kind
A few
of
times. Yeah, I would say like maybe once or twice.
once or twice. Yeah.
We've been live for like 2 seconds. Can we
Hey.
get along?
8 minutes 35 seconds. We've already fought like 3 times. It's just
Yeah, I've been
great
trying-
Robin
I've been
for
here whole time.
the channel avatar for fake Astrozolo. That's cool. Yeah.
That is great. I agree. High teching, you are my favorite. Okay, Jonathan, can we calm down for a second?
That was my agenda. I got all my fans to come into your super chats and give you money. That was the idea.
You literally love to see it.
Jay, whose side are you on? What are you doing cheering this on?
I didn't say anything. I'm just I'm just trying to support people.
Ah,
I'm just here. I'm a support role.
Both out. You're cool, Murphy.
Oh, and the channel avatar is Wellington from the hit One Piece Isekai D&D series led by Rustage. So there you go.
Is that true?
Yes. We're playing it tomorrow on Twitch at Rustage.
Okay. Well, great self plug there.
I guess that's my agenda. I'm just self-plugging stuff tonight. I don't know.
Hey, Jay. Also, Tassine, welcome to the stream. Check her art out always. D says the rat puppy kicker and the one that never existed.
I never existed. I am a phantom of your imagination.
Oh, Jay started out as a
Classic.
baby rat. Now he's a king. Hey, so speaking of puppy kicker,
Mm.
do you guys have any thing that you said that you thought would be a nothing? And then the internet took it and said, I am so offended right now. Have you had one of those? I feel like Jay, you can start.
So when you said something and you didn't think it'd be a big deal and everyone blew it out of proportion?
Yes, but like I know you said when you started off, people hated you for a while. And then you like made it into a bit. You're like, it's an agenda. We all have agendas.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the hallmark of my YouTube career, right? It's
Yes.
just like me saying the most outlandish things.
That's the
and
whole
it being
thing.
purely a joke, and it's just been like Reddit will get it, and then everyone's like, "Yo, this guy's toxic, the poison of the community. I can't believe you're collabing with him." And instead of me changing my content, I tripled down, and I put a spin on it. Little do they know, I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing 5 years ago. I've just made it funnier. That's all I've done. That's it. I haven't done anything different.
Toxic at first, and then you made it a bit toxic.
Yeah. I will agree with that. There was times I was being pretty toxic. Let's be real.
What? So just because for the fun of it, or because you were like, no, I'm coming in to
just kind of like a poke the internet kind of thing. Like, well, why not? Right? Yeah.
So it was a poke internet thing. I think it was really the Zoro Sanji stuff at its peak. You know, at Wano, Zoro's arc's coming. Sanji, everyone's making fun of Sanji because of Whole Cake.
It's sad because we know clearly, definitively, Sanji is better. I mean, that's been proven in a lab, right? So
it's
like,
just common sense.
Yeah, we ran the numbers on this over and over again. So
is this where we're gonna get heated? Should I fight for Zoro?
You don't even need because you know the truth. You're just trying to be on the other side. We know where you stand, Murphy.
I knew ever since 4Kids dubbed Sanji with the Brooklyn accent that Sanji was the greatest.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Why is it was perfect? Yeah.
Only me, Tekken, and Josh are the only ones I know. Josh from Volume 1 Podcast, the only ones I know that.
Of course he does.
Brooklyn Sanji is the greatest creation in anime history.
He was endearing. He truly was. You know.
He was.
Hey there, Nami, come over here. That's not how he talked. That was not how he talked.
It's not, but it's like the lollipop, the nasty and nutritious. Liar, pants for hire.
Yeah, there you go. That was a better David Moo. That was a better David Moo. He is a bartender in Brooklyn, and I am convinced that one night there was a guy that was maybe doing the 4Kids dub. I don't know if this is the real story, but I like to think he was just bartending, and he was friends with a guy that knew somebody. Is like, hey, you should be a voice actor, and he's like, okay. And then they insisted on him doing that accent. He's like, all right, it's a paycheck. I guess I'll do it. And
it worked.
Brooklyn Sanji was born. Yeah.
Supposedly that does happen. People are found in the most random places. Yeah. You're like, hey, you have a nice voice. Have you ever read a script?
Have you guys ever tried to be a voice actor?
Oh, no. I mean, I've been asked to do like certain characters in like a bridge series before. Like, hey, Tekking, I want you to use your voice for this thing or something. And I guess I've done that like twice. But
you've done it for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You asked me to be Orochi. I do the Orochi voice that everybody hates on the internet, but they love. It's just Denzel Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, my God. Never heard this before. Why have I never heard this before?
Really? He used to do it anytime Orochi was in a chapter. He would read the lines in that voice.
I am Lord Orochi. Everybody loves me. Okay. So I actually did get some people sending me. There was one dude that sent me like the contact info for Funimation. Like, you need to fill this out and you need to voice Orochi in the English dub. And I'm like, I'm not going to subject the English dub to that voice.
But
it's
it
not
would
gonna happen.
So good.
No, it wouldn't have. The actual voice actor of Orochi does a fantastic job. This was a meme. This was a joke.
It's amazing. I have a poll going right now. People voting between Zoro and Sanji, and it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Graceful.
That's about right. That's about right. I mean, it's not right, but it's about right for the internet, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, now, as for things that I did that I didn't think were going to take off, it probably Barry's the most apparent one there, because that one's just
it didn't take off.
No, it did take off. That's something I did not originally think putting sharpieing a smile, not even a smile, a squiggly mouth and two googly eyes on a brick was going to revolutionize my channel, but 5 years later and here we are, you know?
It's a very notable bit. And you even had, didn't you have Barry's like dad and grandpa show up?
Yeah, he's right over here actually. Hold on.
About to say, let me see the family. I'm a big fan of Barry personally. I'm not gonna lie. I can see.
Are you? You know what? That makes sense. Look at it. Didn't you steal that brick?
Yeah. Well, okay. Can you steal something from an empty house? Let's.
Yes.
It's borrowed.
Just a real quick yes.
Yes, it's borrowed. Indentured servitude. That's
All
what
right. Allow me to.
Would you like to clarify?
Way back when I was like, I don't even remember. It was in the Bleach days. I needed a brick for something and we didn't have any. And so our next door neighbor's house across the street had been vacant for like 2 years. And there was just a pile of bricks on the porch. I didn't like break into the house and steal a brick or something. It was just sitting right there. And I just walked over and grabbed one and walked back to my house. And there you go. That's the origin of Barry.
My headcanon now is that you broke a window to get at the pile of bricks that was sitting in the living room of that abandoned house.
Yeah. They sat like that. That family really loved the family that lived before that. They just had a couch made of bricks. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And you were just like, I'll take that.
They were into avant-garde kind of art and furniture and interior design, and everything was made out of masonry. Yeah.
Well, Jay was the author of my big controversy. Do you remember this, Jay?
Was it the Mihawk Shanks?
It was the Mihawk Shanks. Jay asked, did we tell you about this last time, Techie?
I don't know this. I've never heard of this.
Jay asked me, Mihawk or Shanks? And I said, what's the criteria? Are we talking about more powerful? Or are we talking about character stuff? And he said, doesn't matter. Make up an agenda. So I said, okay, Mihawk is stinky, because I wanted to come up with the most obvious not answer.
Mihawk is smells like the finest perfumes and colognes.
Right.
He makes sure to take a shower. If there's any character in One Piece that takes a shower every day, it's Mihawk.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. So I picked the classy put together guy, called him stinky, and I thought this is such a non-issue. Jay turns it into a short, throws it on the internet.
What's that? I don't know.
And the internet did the internet.
It's my favorite. It just goes to show, no matter what you say, they're gonna take it out of context. You just gotta eat it, and then you just gotta eat it and own it. That's the name of the game.
It eventually just
Mihawk. Now Shanks, he probably just reeks of just booze constantly. I imagine that's just what he smells like.
Right. If someone's stinky between the two of them.
Yeah, it's Shanks, 100%.
I'm sure he smells like whiskey or bourbon. One of the, or both.
Just constant.
And sea salt. He probably just smells like someone who's been at sea and not bathed.
Every time we see Shanks, he's either drunk or hungover. It's one of the two.
Jay's objecting at your whiskey.
Really? My whiskey?
No,
what?
wait. You're not a whiskey man? Is that it?
You seem to question that, Jay.
I'm confused.
No. I'm saying that he either smells like it's either bourbon or whiskey that Shank normally smells like.
I don't drink, so I don't know the difference.
Okay, that's fair. It's to add to that point. Actually, Shanks in the live action also looks like he doesn't bathe. So
they're pirates,
as far as I'm concerned,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Mihawk look kind of clean.
Well, he's not a pirate.
Mihawk looks great in the live action. As a lover of the live action, I do think that Shanks was one of the lesser casted characters. You agree, Jay?
I agree. Yeah, I was like,
I think he's fine.
You thought he was fine?
Yeah.
I thought his acting was fine.
There's some actors that nailed it out of the park, like Jeff Ward, who played Buggy, knocked it out of the park. And I think another guy with the last name Ward played Mihawk, and those were two of the most best casted characters in the entire. Like, they did an amazing job.
They killed it. I agree. There were a lot of really well cast people. What were you gonna say, Jay?
Were you a fan of the Garp and the Scottish accent? I mean, I was a fan, but I know some people.
I didn't mind that he had a Scottish accent. Some people brought that up as like, it's kind of ruins the immersion. I liked it. Especially in one of I think it was episode 6 where he goes up against Luffy and he starts like laughing and getting that kind of crazy Garp energy. I'm like, all right, I'm sold on this. This is good.
His accent didn't bother me. Actually, I feel like there were enough accents varied throughout the cast that I don't really see why that one is.
One Piece is it takes place in such an anachronistic world for a time period, and also there's different islands that are based off various countries and places in our world. So the idea that everybody would have like accents, like why doesn't Luffy have an accent? Like, I don't know, man, just roll with it.
Yeah, they melded different actors and accents and everything so much that it's just like you just roll with it. I think
it works in One Piece, unlike it wouldn't work for every series, but One Piece I feel like it does if there ever was one that's going to make it work. Yeah,
I agree. Concentrated chaos. Who cares if the accents are slightly different?
Yeah, there was somebody I saw commenting like, I hope Wapple in season 2 has a Russian accent because he does in the 4Kids dub. And I'm like, you know what? Why not? It's just like, okay.
Oh God, he got a
Oh,
Russian
and
accent in the
speaking
Focus
of,
dub.
Jay to be cast as Wapple in season 2. That was perfect. I didn't even see that.
Okay, so how does this? I mean, Wapple being black. Let's unpack this. Where's this coming from here? I want to know.
Oh, yeah, that does.
let's unpack this.
Yeah.
I was expecting Gaimon. I was actually expecting Gaimon because everyone compares me to Gaimon for some
Oh, Gaimon.
reason.
I'm sorry they skipped Gaimon. He is in the background of he's in a photo or a painting at the Baratier in the background. You do see the Island of Rare Animals. They put so many Easter eggs in that series in the background. It is wild what they did to it.
I think they are going to visit that island, though.
Well, I mean, I guess I could. I mean, they could just move it around. It's before they get into the Grand Line, maybe.
Haven't they shown pictures of that island?
They
that they
showed.
actually
They
visit?
oh, like they've actually filmed it.
Yeah.
I
Am I wrong?
I don't think they've showed pictures that they
I'm not sure.
filmed it.
Maybe
they
I'm
just started. I don't even know if I think they either just started filming season 2 or they're going to very shortly. I haven't seen any photos from set or anything like that.
Yeah, I know they're in the writing phase
email
right now.
Randy. I don't know.
Yeah, Randy or Roger would no problem.
That's
Yeah.
true. All right. Jay started as a baby rat. Now he's Rat King. I think we read that one
Do you
already.
ever see that movie? There's a movie called, I think, The Rat King. It's like a horror movie. Yeah.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I remember
look that
seeing
up.
it way back. You guys remember video rental stores, right? You're old enough for that.
Yeah, we're
yeah.
all the same age, Matt.
Are we? Wait, I just turned 31.
I'm 31.
Same.
Ah!
I'm 31 as well. I just turned 31. Yeah.
Happy birthday, all of us!
That's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I just did not put that together.
Quick advice on starting a YouTube channel.
Talk about books, Kingdom, or One Piece. Those worked well for all of us, pretty much. I mean, but no, I always tell, like, find the thing that you're the most passionate about and then talk about it, because people will, like, it's kind of like you build it and they will come sort of a situation, because people get like energy off of like passion. That's from what I've heard, you know.
Do it as a passion, not as a job, because if it ever becomes a job, it's going to take a whole lot of time and you'll quit if you start off with that goal in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree.
Always talk
Stay
about
in
what
your
you
lane.
love. And also
That's it. Stay in your lane.
keep tabs on your mental health too. If it's getting a little bit too much, dial it back a bit. That's the one thing you don't want slipping, no matter what. If your sleep schedule's starting to get whacked, make sure to move and just like, okay, I don't want to dial down the YouTube, get more sleep. That's very important.
YouTube will pull at that mental health.
Oh yeah,
It'll
Like
fight
little-
for it.
like little strings.
It's like a daily reminding yourself. There's other things in life. Go outside. Go for a walk.
Yeah, go touch
Do
grass,
something
please.
else.
Yes.
Yeah. There's,
Remember that there are trees. Breathe fresh air.
I had a fire last night. That was lovely.
What?
No, oh no, my house didn't catch on fire. I have a fire pit outside my house, and I had a little bit of a fire.
I was about to say, like, wait, what?
I
Like,
mean, my
why is he-
dishwasher, my dishwasher caught on fire a few months ago. That happened, but that was,
How does a dishwasher catch on fire? Let's.
This is my question to
out of
you.
all the appliances in my house, that was the one to catch on fire.
Did
The
you?
one that shoots out water and soap.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
caught
I
on
was
fire.
okay. So I was in my living room, and my dining room, and my kitchen are all like an open concept kind of thing. So I'm just in my living room watching Jujutsu Kaisen, actually.
Of
And I
course.
look over at my dishwasher, and there's just white smoke billowing out of it. And I'm thinking, is that steam or smoke? And I go over, and it's smoke. Water had gotten into the electrical panel where you actually turn it on, and had fried one of the wires. And I was lucky I was there, because I can't tell you how many times I would turn on my dishwasher and go to bed or go for a walk or something. And that could have ended badly if I did that. But it's good. It's all good. I caught it at the right time. I turned it off. It was all fine.
Turning on the dishwasher before bed is a common occurrence in my household.
I know, right? I don't turn on the dryer, and I don't turn on the dishwasher before bed anymore. Really, any appliances before bed. So
Oh my god.
mine was an old one. It was like 16 years old. It was 2004, and I bought the house in 2021. So I was like, I'm probably gonna have to replace that at some point. But keep in mind that can happen.
Yikes. Yeah, that's
Mm.
that's horrifying. I've had a fire in the house, but that was my own dumbness. It wasn't like
Microwave.
no, it was the stovetop. I was
Ah.
cooking oil, a little bit sloshed over, and then just flames. It caught the hood
Oh.
vent on fire.
Oh God.
it
I'm
was
so sorry.
wonderful.
I'm glad
I
you're
picked
okay
up
and
the
your
pan.
family is okay. Yeah.
Everybody's good. I picked up the pan and I ran outside, and we had wooden flooring, and the oily, flamey water sloshed over and caught the floors on fire.
Oh God. That's significantly worse. Oh my God, Murphy.
And then you know what's great? So the hood vent, I got it all, you know.
I'm
we had
just
the fire
picturing your
extinguisher.
husband going through and like, it's like, what are you doing? You're lighting the house on fire.
No, I'm the one that's like chill in panicky situations. And so he was like, what do we do? What do we do? And I'm just like getting towels and batting things down. So I after the hood vent, the hood vent was ruined. There were spots on the floor. It was a rough day. And I was just like, well, the fire's out. I still have to make dinner. So I went back to it. I put more oil on a new
Oh my
I
God.
made
You are
Just
brave.
go to Red
You are
Robin
brave.
or something.
Yeah,
and
I'm about to
I'll
say,
go
just-
get Olive Garden
just
after
get
that or
takeout.
something.
Yeah,
And it was
something.
good.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
tasty. I had to buy a new pan. I had to buy a new
Well,
couple of things.
I'm glad. I'm glad nothing. I mean, your kitchen probably needed repaired, but I'm glad no one got hurt.
It wasn't too bad.
Oh, dude. See, when I first moved in here, when I was looking like at the house, like when the realtor was showing me around, right? I have a gas stove. And I'm like, oh, I've never used a gas. Well, I've used a gas stove, but I've never had one before. So I'm like, all right, got to be careful around that, open flames and all that. The people before me put all of the vegetable cooking oil in a cabinet above the stove, and it was packed. And I'm like, when I move in, I'm not going to put those up there because I will be the dumbass that will reach in to grab something, and then an entire gallon of vegetable oil is going to hit an open flame, and then
And you'll
that
just
will
burst
be
into
how I
flames. That's
die.
it.
So I had to put it on the other side of the kitchen. Yes.
Why did they have?
A
Did they have
terrible way
a
to
row
die.
of vegetable oil?
They had like a cabinet above the hood of the stove, and you just opened it, and it was just packed with vegetable oil, olive oil, like all that kind of stuff up there. And I'm like,
Who's
that, like Pam,
oil.
it's right above the stove, and I'm like, that is not a smart place to put
That
that.
is not a smart place to put that.
And then above the fridge, they put all of their handguns. And I found a clip of bullets that that actually fell down behind the fridge. And I'm like, oh, they left me a housewarming present. That was lovely. I live in Pennsylvania, so guns are pretty common. It's not like that big of
above the fridge. It's where we keep them.
That's where we
it's
keep all the
above the fridge.
handguns, above the fridge, which is the hardest. I have to get on a step stool to get on top of that because I'm too short. So it is the smartest place to put it.
Because then you couldn't see it for years.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I still barely use that cabinet because it's
Because of the trauma from
So-
seeing
so-
the bullet.
So Jay, how did you set your house on fire? Please, do you have a
Oh,
fire story?
It's funny. I actually do, and I think this was
Good.
was this back when I was in England, or was this when I was in America?
This when
I'm
I was
trying to figure
living in England or Scotland. How about when I was
Or
in
the south of
Nigeria?
Italy? Yes.
Maybe Switzerland, Zurich, maybe.
Ah,
Ah, yes, your mountain estate in New Zealand. Yes, I would like to visit
exhausting to be
someday.
your friend.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. It was exhausting, darling. Yes. But I'm pretty sure my mom told me to leave the stove off, turn the stove off, and we went to church. And by the time we had come back, there was smoke coming out of our house. The entire house was full of smoke. Like literally, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no.
And we didn't, it wasn't any oil, but I think there was something that had been cooking in the pot, and it was charred black, like completely charred black, and just smoking everywhere. Nothing had burned down. Thank God. I don't know how.
Yeah.
It should have burned down. But that's like that's the one time I remember everything almost catching fire. That was
Jeez,
that
that's
moment.
scary.
And I was like, I gotta be like what, 10?
Oh,
Around
okay.
10,
I was about to
12,
ask if
around
you
there,
were the
yeah.
one cooking, but I probably
This is the moment where we have to be old adults and say, buy a fire extinguisher. I know it's an old boomer thing to say, but I have one. It's good to have one. Make sure it works. Make sure your smoke detectors work, kids.
Yep.
All right. They
Yep.
save lives.
We keep ours by the stove.
I have one right here. Wait, hold up. There it is. Right there.
Oh, the
Like
smoke
up there?
Yeah,
detector.
Oh,
right
the
here,
smoke.
right where-
Okay.
right where I'm
okay.
Yeah, I know.
The
Me too,
fire-
Jay. I was
right
like,
here.
you
The
have a
fire
fire
extinguisher, the red
No, I don't-
fire extinguishers.
I don't have a
Okay.
fire
Hanging on the
extinguisher in my
wall?
office. I should have one down here in case. Yeah.
Probably. You're probably gonna knock over a light at some
I
point.
thought he was gonna
Start a
do
fire.
like a Spider-Man thing or something. I don't know, bro. I don't
You know,
know.
that uncorked a memory, though, since we're talking about fires, that actually does tie back to One Piece. I have a fire story involving One Piece.
Ooh, okay.
This
I-
chapter?
No. Oh, it was fire. I see what you did there.
Mother flame.
I see what you did here. You mother flame. But no, back when I was like 11 or 12 years old and I was watching the 4Kids dub, it was the episode where they got trapped in Rain Base at Crocodile's Casino. And I was like, my dad was upstairs asleep. It was like 9:30 at night. And I'm like, I'm going to make popcorn. So I take a little bag of popcorn and I put it in the microwave for like way longer than I should have. and it started to smoke really bad. And I started freaking out. Like if the smoke hits my dad's room, he'll wake up like there's a fire. So I'm like in the hallway silently fanning like the smoke so it doesn't go up to the bedroom. And I remember that. Yep.
Was there a fire or was it just smoke?
It was just really burnt popcorn. It didn't light on fire or anything, but
Okay,
it was
well,
a lot of
that's
smoke.
good.
So I'd take the popcorn, I threw it out in the yard, and just like I was 12 at the time. I was like, I don't know how to handle this situation. Yeah.
I was like 20 when mine happened, so I don't even have a good excuse.
Can you
What?
imagine like just throwing something that was smoking out and that actually is what causes the fire? I just like
Right.
Yeah.
Throw
Oh,
it in the grass. And then
speaking
you
of,
light the whole forest on fire.
I have another one. This might surprise people that I've almost been
Are you an
involved in some
arsonist?
incendiary pyrotechnics. I'm
me.
not sure. This was actually a few
Not be a
years
hidden
ago.
arsonist. That's it.
Maybe I was still okay. A couple of years ago, I was still living at my mom's place. It was New Year's Eve. New Year's happens, right? It's like the ball drops and Frank Sinatra cues up, and it's great. I remember that we had some fireworks in the garage, some mortars, the kind you put in the tube and they launch into the sky and explode. So I go down there, I grab the tube, I grab the mortar, and I go out into my backyard to light it. And I have a moment where I'm like, what if this thing explodes in the tube? I should probably hide behind the garage. So I light it and I run behind the garage, and it's a good thing I did because it exploded in the tube. So those mortars that explode in the sky, that exploded in my backyard. Thank God it was raining that night, but I must have woken up everybody in the fucking neighborhood because it was just a giant explosion of just red light in the backyard.
I have many questions.
What?
How did you know it was going to explode? Why were you lighting fireworks in the rain? Were you not under adult supervision? Were you an adult at this time?
Okay, I was probably like 28, 27. Now I've been 27.
Still maybe could use some adults.
Yeah, probably. I was 27, and it wasn't raining, but it was like everything had rained earlier that night. It was in the winter, so obviously it was like everything was moist. Is what I'm trying to get across here. And I suspected they might blow up because these mortars were like 5-6 years old. They were really old fireworks, and I'm thinking, what if this thing misfires? I should probably hide behind something. And it was a good thing I did. Yeah.
So you just started fireworks for like it wasn't even a holiday.
It was New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve, Murphy.
Why do you have 5-year-old fireworks?
I don't know. They were in the garage. I don't know. We never set them off for whatever reason. I was saving them for New Year's Eve, apparently, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to trigger people by using the word moist.
You use very descriptive adjectives,
Who does?
No, just in general. People on the internet will get, yeah. Sometimes I'll make like onomatopoeia sound effects like, and then people will like.
Yeah, Jay, exactly.
I'm just okay. That's just I wasn't expecting to hear that. That's all. It just
Yeah,
caught me off guard.
yeah.
You just randomly like go out of signal.
It's just like
Jay,
and I'm not drinking. I'm good.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I like
supposedly he
my
doesn't
mind go
drink.
crazy places. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I didn't know you were a wine girly, Murphy. I didn't know that. I'm a wine connoisseur.
Are you? Tell me more.
Well, I lied about connoisseur, but I do like wine. I do.
I have a Pinot Noir upstairs.
A Pinot Noir.
Why do you
Pinot
have it
Noir.
if you don't drink?
My friends do. They come down for D&D every Friday. I have a diverse.
Oh, and you just that's fine.
I have a beer
Fine.
fridge upstairs. They bring stuff down. I buy random stuff I see in the liquor store because the labels look cool. You know how it is.
Kind of
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I
That is
also tend to select my wine based off of cool labels.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it
I've been
works out.
betrayed by cool labels.
We had
Cool
what
labels.
is it? What was it called? Apothic Inferno last 2 weeks. We had that.
I've seen
so.
that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm not an Apothic fan. I don't know.
What kind of wine do you
Seasoned
like,
drink.
Jay?
I had a season where I was definitely into like sweets. So like Riesling was like big for me. And
Okay.
then as I grew older, I started to like red. And now I'm actually prefer a little bit of dry wine because it's harder to just guzzle down like a freak. And then so it's like I kind of like the idea of just sipping a red wine. So like anything that's like Cabernet, Noir, I'll still go for the Riesling from time to time, but let's just say red, like a dry red.
This stream just suddenly became super more high class. I'm glad I'm wearing the golden jacket because we're talking about
That's
wine now.
Do you have a
This is
top hat?
great.
It would work out a lot better if you had a top hat.
Ooh, a top hat.
No. What?
I knew it. I knew it. Why did you even say
What?
it? Why did you even say it? You knew he had it.
How is this a cartoon? How do you
Oh,
just
no.
randomly have one on the floor?
Now it's a
Two
cartoon.
top hats. I love this. I'm always here for two hats.
Okay. Explain to me your thought process.
What?
Did
I
you
have
know
a
I was gonna-
giant costume rack over there.
Nito, did you know I was going to ask you to put on a top hat?
Yes. I'm very committed to my bits. Murphy, hold on a second. Let me tell you how committed I am to my bits. Yesterday, I was texting my friend, I was Snapchatting my friend Casey. And a few weeks ago, she mentioned that she wanted to maybe get a snake someday, like a little pet snake. And not seriously, though. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was in Petco and I saw a snake. So I took a picture. I'm like, hey, I'm going to buy this snake. And she's like, ha, 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 so funny. I talked to one of the people at Petco to give me one of the little boxes that they give you snakes in. He gave it to me. I bought a Sharpie at the Target next door, wrote live snake on it, filled out the SKU numbers and everything, went to Walmart, bought a rubber snake, got some snake food and a heating ball, put it all in a bag, drove over to their house, gave it to her, and like, here you go. And here's your grasshoppers to feed the snake, and here's a warming bulb. And I'm very committed to my bits, if nothing else.
Jay,
Hmm.
thoughts?
Now,
I expect this from Techie, so I'm
Rose-
surprised. I'm surprised that you didn't expect this.
Also, rosé wine. I've had that before. That was
Did you
lovely.
like it?
This,
Yeah, I
is,
was like-
this is the stuff.
I've had sips of wine before. Yeah.
I don't like rosé. White wine is yucky. Always.
Two of my friends worked in the liquor
Really?
industry for a long time, so they know way
You're
more
just
about
like
it than I
us.
do.
Yeah.
So you're
Always-
just straight up red wine. That's it.
Always
Nothing
red.
else.
Always red. I've tried multiple white wines. It has never been good. It has always been bad. It's not good times.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd say bougie. I'm thinking bougie. That's
Bougie.
bourgeoisie.
Bougie's
Very
a fun
bourgeoisie.
word. You don't get to
You
use
think-
that very often.
Yeah.
Bougie? You think I'm
Yes.
bougie?
Oh, you're
Yes,
very-
definitely
you're bougie.
bougie.
You're the most
Bourgeoisie,
bougie out
I
of all
see it.
three of us easily.
Explain. Explain.
All right. That might have knocked it down a couple of points there. but
Yes,
still.
thank you. I feel like by default, I am not bougie.
What's she trying to jump to the screen? She's like,
What are you doing? Okay, so Jay, you're the most bougie, then Murphy, then myself.
That's accurate. Jay
All
is the
look at that.
bougie one.
listen.
You
I
don't even
I'm
deny
not
it.
ashamed. I'm definitely bougie. I'm extremely bougie. There's no shame in that, like, bro. But at the same time, right? You know, I can hang. I can get down and dirty, right?
I'm
Like,
picturing Jay. I'm picturing you doing like a One Piece review, and then immediately after you like smoke a pipe and you have some wine, and you're listening to like Bach in the background or something,
Got a
and
cigar.
Bach.
reading like I don't know, like classic poems from William Shakespeare or something. I
You
don't
think
know.
this kid's reading? You know how long I've been trying to get him to pick up a book?
Hmm.
First of all right, I read this book called I'm Okay, You're Okay. Great book by Thomas Harris. I finished it. It took me 7 months, only 250 pages. I did it.
Hey, you're like me though.
Great.
You're like me. It's like almost a year, and I'm almost done with the trilogy of Joe Abercrombie books. I'm getting there.
Well, okay, but Matt, there's a second trilogy. so
I
you
know there's a second
And the second
trilogy.
trilogy is better than the first by like a million times.
Speaking of, I have a book right here because I wanted to bring that up.
Yes.
This is a book called Silver Knight.
I
It's
don't know it.
it's by a local author. I know a person that knows the author,
Oh, I
and
know a
they
person that
recommended
knows
it, and it's very good. So it's available on Amazon. There you
Did
go.
you read it? Wait,
I've read the
you come
first.
to my channel to self-promote and then promote some person that I don't even know?
Nancy,
Matt,
Nancy.
you were this close from being kicked again.
It's a good book. You should check it out.
This is my manga channel, and you're promoting books that I don't even know about. Jay is over here not reading anything I recommend to him, reading these non-fictions like some bougie guy who needs his red wine and cigar.
I do love cigars. I'm a huge cigar guy.
I see. I'm not a cigar guy. I've never. Well, bubblegum
So-
cigars are good.
Bubblegum cigars. Let's
You
look
know.
this up.
So
You know, the
that's
kinds you had when you were a kid. You know,
Oh, so when I
the
was
yellow
a kid,
ones and the
you-
green ones. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I never had those, but I remember watching Looney Tunes, where those old mobster bosses in Looney Tunes is like, yeah, see those guys? They'd always have
Yeah,
that giant
see? Yeah.
cigar. So
Yeah.
we'd always like roll up a piece of paper, and I just have it in my mouth like I'm smoking a cigar. I used to do
Yep.
that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see, yeah,
Yeah, see,
yeah,
I see. Yeah, Murphy,
yeah.
see, Murphy, see, huh, Murphy,
Murphy.
Murphy. I have
Stop
a
looking at
job
me
for
like
you.
that, see?
I got a job for you. See, you're gonna go and you're
What?
gonna knock the 3 times on the door, and you're gonna bop the guy on the other side with a giant mallet, Murphy. Say that's what you're gonna do, Murphy. Say
That's what they say. Yeah,
you're gonna give him a cinder block shoes, Murphy. Say
What is this stream?
I don't fucking know.
Did you just read me a fortune cookie
Yes.
while you were
You
wagging your
basically did.
cigar at me?
It is the old Dave Chappelle voice, actually. Nah. You
I
don't
watched
wait,
a
Murphy?
video on this today, but what do the rest of you think of the celestial dragon not knowing about the
Mm.
void century?
Yeah, that was the thing in the last chapter. Yeah.
Not surprised at all.
Mm.
Not even a
I'm not
little.
surprised
Not
either.
surprised. I think that the only celestial dragons that know are the people from the voice century, or a very, very select.
Do
few.
you
It's probably
think?
like one or two.
Do you think Garling knows?
Yes, without a shadow. of a
I thought he did too. I thought at least all the
Yeah.
gods' knights, or at the very least, he does. Yeah.
I can see that. I guess I didn't even consider it. In my mind, the celestial dragons not knowing, like you said, Jay, is obvious because they're not actually gods. So to find out that it's all manufactured would
Yeah.
not be a good deal for them. So just being
Yeah.
like, those plebes, they don't need to know
Yeah.
about anything. Keep that away from them. But you
Down
don't
in
need
the
that.
lower realm. Yes.
Right. Do you think they have false information?
They might be
Mm.
told like. Okay, so something interesting that I wish Oda would reveal is what is the story the government tells the civilians? What is their version of the history?
Well, we know their version has something to do with the 20 kings creating the world.
That probably happened, like literally creating the world government, or just the world in general, because that would be interesting if that's
I
the way
think
they're
the world in
painting it.
general. It was
Wow, I could see them painting it like that for sure. Yeah.
in the
yeah.
last chapter, the little girl was reading the book. And
Yes, Sakai. It was written on it. It just meant the world. Yeah.
yeah, and she said they don't they know the 20 kingdoms created the world, and they were calling Emu the creator.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think Emu created the systems that be, but I think that Emu has created propaganda to say I created the world. I'm the creator. I mean, obviously not him because the world doesn't know about him, but the 20 kingdoms.
Right. I get that. I mean, like, and I think Vegapunk might know a little bit about Eam as well, and is gonna like maybe talk. Maybe I don't know, because Vegapunk's the way he's phrasing the message is like, I don't want to do headcanon. I don't want to do things I'm not sure of. These are just the things I know about the Void Century that I'm gonna tell you for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so back to nonsense. So
I was just trying to get another super chat pulled up.
okay, yeah, no,
What
that's good, that's
nonsense
good.
do you have for us teching?
No, I don't. I just whatever. It's your stream, Murphy. It's your stream.
It's your stream. You
It-
you suggested it. Jay's the bougie one that's just along for the ride. I'm just trying not to kick you out. And
need-
you
Oh,
have
that's what we were
something
talking
planned.
about.
Jay, do you do a good Blackbeard laugh?
I do a good Blackbeard laugh, actually.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so ironically, so that's a funny story. So I don't think you guys knew me at that time. But the reason I became known at the very beginning, what really made my channel take off, was the fact that I did a Blackbeard laugh impression on Twitter, and it did the rounds because it was so good that Library of Horror followed me, Super Mecha Frieza, like even someone on Funimation, was it Funimation or Toei? Someone on Toei actually retweeted me. It went viral. Then
Nice.
somebody took that clip. I should have posted it on YouTube. I never did. Someone took that clip, posted it on YouTube, and got 1 million views. To this day, I hate that video with everything I have because
Oh no,
it's just a video of me with 1 million views, and it's not on my
it's
channel,
not on.
and nobody knows who it is.
Uh,
I hate it.
Yeah, I have a couple of videos that people have
I-
taken clips from and then like made their own TikToks or
I
whatever of
think
it.
there's a feature on YouTube now that you can actually search for stuff that does that. Yeah, like channels, like
Well,
videos that use your content or stuff. But it would have had to have been stuff you already uploaded, so you never uploaded that. So Yeah.
Okay, what's your
I
best
mean-
One Piece laugh?
Ooh. Are you asking me or taking?
Yes.
Okay. So you go, Jay. Go, Jay.
Go, Jay.
It's probably the Blackbeard laugh. I'm not gonna lie. I do a good Burgess. I'm not gonna lie, but it's definitely Blackbeard. 100%.
Okay, can you do it? Do you want to do it?
I can if you'd like.
You don't have to.
I do it only because people ask me 24/7, but I haven't done it in a while. But I guess I can.
That's oh my god.
Whoa, that's actually
The mic
actually
the mic clipped a bit, but even through that sounded like
Yeah.
Blackbeard.
That was
Yes.
legit so
yeah.
good.
Yeah, that was really
Yes.
good. Holy crap.
Oh my goodness. All right, Tekking, beat him.
I don't know. Which one should I do? I don't really I haven't really sat around and thought about like which One Piece laughed I'm
You don't
the
practice
best-
One Piece laughs in your spare time?
No, I don't,
That's weird.
unfortunately. You'd think I would, let's see. Okay. I have one that I might be able to do. It's Moria's. Okay.
Do it.
Oh,
The
I love
Kishi.
Morbius.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Kishi.
yeah,
Yeah. Kishi. There you go.
That's really good. You did a
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah.
All right, and then we move on without me having to do anything.
Well, I'm about to say.
Whoa, hang on now a second here. I'll
We
I'm
should
gonna
do
roll-
a Corona, right?
yeah, Perona or something. Yeah, do Perona.
Let me get away from the mic because it's loud.
That's great. That's good. All right, so we're all ready to voice. We're
What's
back
your voice
up.
get that high?
I don't know, I'm a girl.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and there it goes. Yeah,
I can't do the Blackbeard laugh.
I can't go that low. Like, yeah, my voice is definitely more of a what's it called, soprano. Yeah, I can definitely do that more.
Humiliation ritual completed.
We have now summoned the god of humiliation.
I feel no shame. I've done that laugh in videos. It's not there's
Nah, you're
nothing
good.
wrong.
You're fine. Yeah.
Bill
think the
Rogers
only-
and Lisa Orts were blind cast in the 90s. Who's that?
Bill
Let's
Rogers
check.
and Lisa
Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Look at you hitting up Google. I was just gonna move on.
Immediate Google search.
LA voice actor. But what did he do that for? Oh, he's been in a few things. Huh. Noah's Ark. Okay. Well, there's one.
Ben Beckman killed it. Is that for the live stream? Live action, I mean.
Or Kid's Arm.
What?
Ben Beckman
Kid's
ripped
Arm.
off Kid's Arm.
We actually believe it was Monster the Monkey that did it, Teching, actually. That's my agenda.
What are we talking about? Right now?
Really? Okay, because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Yeah.
it was mentioned in an SBS that it was Beckman.
Really? Okay. I
Yeah.
wasn't aware of that.
So, yeah, there was the scene where Beckman said something, and then Lucky Roo was like, "Oh, Kid would be upset with you more, Beckman." And then I think somebody brought it up in an SBS, and Oda did answer. I'd have to check. Let me do a double check here. It would have been one of the most recent ones.
Teching, it's your fault. Just so you know.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Good.
I don't. Yeah.
Thank you for accepting that. Teching, just want to say I've been following you since your first Mihawk vid.
Ooh, that was a while ago. That was 2016.
You really the best. Jonathan, show some loyalty here. What are you doing? Murphy, you know you're one of my favorite booktubers. Okay, we're on my manga channel, Jonathan.
Didn't
Jay,
the manga channel used to be the book channel? I mean, you
I was
kind of
about
did
to
a
say, wait,
you did a deviation. Yes.
we don't talk about
you have
that.
2 channels.
Murphy space has split into 2. It's like the Mandela effect, and
Right.
there
Okay,
were
so
always 2
what
Murphy
is-
channels.
There are 2 Murphys, actually. Jay, love your agenda content. Question for you all. What is the one thing you hate the most about One Piece? Oh,
Whoa.
Oh my
controversy.
god, this is
One
great.
Piece-
This is great.
One Piece
This is
hot
great.
take.
This is great. This
I
is
could
great.
just
This
say
is great.
Foxy and call it a day.
No,
No,
not good enough.
Not good
Foxy
enough.
hate
Like,
is crazy.
so
I
what
don't
is
believe
good
that
enough?
Foxy is what you hate the most.
So I have to pick. So I have to go based on your criteria on what I hate the most. Like, what are you asking me? Like
I'm
my
asking you for controversy.
a controversial One Piece take.
No, it doesn't have to be controversial. Just what do you truly hate the most?
Characters not dying when they probably
Ah,
should.
you took my answer.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the ones that's kind of obvious because it
It
does get
is.
Pound really should have died. I really don't see any reason unless other than
Yeah.
just Oda being like, I want to give him a happy ending. Well, too bad. This is the world we live in. Pell should have blown up. It was a nuclear bomb. Pound should have died. He got his head cut off by Oven. And Foxy, we didn't see him dying, but he should have died too.
Why do you hate Foxy so much?
He's just kind of a downgrade in terms of a villain. I think we went from Crocodile to Eneru to Foxy, then way back up to Rob Lucci. I feel like you could have, That's not even a controversial take. There's so many people that think.
I feel like Foxy hate is a controversial take. Not many people hate Foxy.
Is it really? No, I think Foxy hate's very popular.
I do, yes.
Really? How could they hate Foxy? You ain't no, baby.
And speaking of the Beckman thing, in chapter SBS 107, Lucky Roo said, "Hey, that's rich coming from you, Beckman. Who do you think he's mad at?" And so the question was, does that mean that Beckman was the one that took Kid's arm? And Oda responded, yeah, it seems like it. The world of pirates, only the strong remain. So it's probably, although the idea of Monster the monkey just ripping off his damn arm does sound rather terrifying. Yeah.
So, Jay, what is it? I forgot the question, but answer it.
Oh yeah.
What's the one thing you hate the most about One Piece?
Well, Tekken did take the no deaths, obviously, because I do think it poisons the story sometimes. Sometimes it's fine, I get it. What is the one thing I hate about One Piece the most? This is about to be a very toxic take. Very toxic. But I'd actually say probably Wano. I actually think
all of Wano.
Not because Wano's bad. Just because it was hyped up to be such a good arc, and it was not as good as people make it out to be. And every time I hear about it, it boils my blood because as a content creator, I've never had more stress reading Wano than any other arc ever.
So wait, are you saying you liked Wano or you think it's overrated?
I think it is aggressively overrated. I think it's the most overrated arc we have in the entire story.
I understand where that's coming from because that arc had literally been built up since if you want to go back the earliest, Thriller Bark when it was first mentioned, but Punk Hazard was really Punk Hazard was like 2011, 2012. And we didn't get to Wano until 2018. So that was like 6 years of we got to get through Dressrosa, then we got to get through Whole Cake or Zoe too, and then we will go to Wano. And it's yeah.
The chat they have opinions,
dude,
on this take.
If you think that was overrated though, considering how much hype we got, wait till we get to find out what the One Piece is.
Oh god,
this is just a J problem.
I don't know Oda. Oda's got to be nervous about that too. He's sitting there I hope people like what this is because, oh god.
So I do not agree, Jay, that Wano is overrated. But I also know that my favorite part of Wano is a part that a lot of people hate. so I'm also, it's not like I speak for people.
What's your favorite part?
Udon.
Oh, the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Interesting.
Not my least favorite part of Wano.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your least favorite part of Wano? Tell me it's the bonk on the head.
Bonk.
The big mom amnesia was probably
my least favorite part of Wano. This is tough. Probably a lot of the stuff in the first part of Act 2. And I a lot of the stuff was building up the characters and things. All right, I'll say it. When Yasu got shot, I really didn't care. At first. Then as the story progressed, I'm all right, I see why he was important. But at the time, I was kind of all right. What did you do? A quick change in the outfit? How did that happen?
I'm very upset about this.
I remember him getting shot, and I'm like, oh, all right, he's dead, I guess. Okay. How did you do that? That's so.
Are you telling me you have a top hat on the floor? I can't have a whatchamacallit on the floor?
I don't know what that's called. Like a funeral veil? Like, what
No,
is
it's like
that?
a tea party hat. There's a thing. I have it on backwards. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say, as if you know something.
Yeah, that's the funeral thing. That's, yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
it's a tea party hat.
Okay, tea party hat. Do you have a long cigarette with a holder? Just
Yeah.
yeah, I
not
figured you
weirdo.
probably did. Okay, yeah.
Anyway, what are we
Oh my
talking about?
God.
Yatsue, are
Yeah.
you telling me that when his daughter gave him the snake oil, you were like, yes, stupid kid, suffer.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Okay,
No,
Yo, I
cool.
I am actually shook because
that was your favorite
it's-
part of
it's-
the arc.
It's funny. It's
It's
like
my
one of
favorite-
the
it's one of
one
my favorite
parts.
parts.
It's literally one of the one parts that actually made me feel emotional because not a lot of things in Wano made me emotional. That's one of the ones that really hit me hard.
It didn't
So,
really
like,
get me
I'm shook.
emotional during when it happened. Now, this happens occasionally throughout the story where an emotional moment will occur as I'm reviewing it. Maybe it's because I'm in like caught up in work mode of like, I got to review this. I got to break this down. I don't have time to get like emotional about it. But then there's other stuff that has gotten me really genuinely emotional in the story as I review it. But like the Kuma backstory was a great example of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember Yasuie dying and like, all right, yeah, he was important and he's dead now, and that's gonna invigorate the rebellion and everything. So that's kind of like he died so the rebellion could continue. Like from the perspective of the story, I got that. I just didn't feel that level of emotion until I went back and reread Wano later, like a second time through, and I'm like, okay, now
So
I feel it.
Does being a week-to-week reader ever is that a thing that
it-
affects you often?
It does, because I think the way Oda's writing it is not meant to be read week by week. You're meant to like read it in Tankobon format later. And when I reread Wano the second time, and I don't have to wait a week and a week, it flows better, obviously, like it should. And yeah, that hit me much different at that point. Yeah.
That makes sense. Jay, did you read that one week to week, or did you read it in bulk?
I read all of Wano week to week. So
You did.
that
So
probably
did
is
it
what
hit you?
Yeah.
No, you said it
hit
did.
me.
You said it made you
No,
emotional.
so it hit me just because one, I hadn't really had an emotional attachment to a lot of things in Wano until I learned about the smile. And then I learned about Toko, and then I learned about his sacrifice for the scabbards. And then the speech he gave at the end, the defiance, all of that. I was like, to me, I was like, this is a real man, a real father, all of that. Plus, for me, that was the one thing that gave Zoro actual investment in Wano, is because of his relationship with Tonoyasu, who turned out to be Yasue, right? So like all of it together, it was also the moment when we learned about the smile fruit. So it's like
Yes. Yeah.
all of it culminated together, and like Yasue was like the poster child of the evil of the smile fruit, especially seeing how he was beforehand. And I'm like, all right,
There
this
was
is hitting me.
also
I feel it.
there was also a thing. There was an error. I think it was in one of the Viva cards or something. There was an error that said that Yasue never ate a smile fruit, and he was just doing that to help the people around him. And then later, that was, I think, maybe retcon and said no, he did eat a smile fruit at some point. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was retcon.
I retconned it was an error to begin with something, but I believe it is canon that he did eat one. Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the first one works better. Yeah.
I'm
He
sitting
said,
there checking he's wrong for that take.
I'm sorry to tell you, I can't I can't just say is like how to word this. Like my emotional response is my emotional response. I don't know what to tell
You know what?
You
That's
know,
valid. You're
that's
still wrong.
straight up, man. Fine. I guess I'm wrong then, but now on the other hand of that, like I said, with the Kuma backstory, that one had me genuinely reeling week to week. That one was
Same.
pretty impactful because Oda really pulled out all the stops for that one. Like he had been planning for that tearjerker for like years. Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
aggressive backstory of all time. That backstory broke me down too many times.
So what is a moment in One Piece that a lot of people say is a really powerful emotional moment that you guys didn't feel was a powerful emotional moment? Because I know there's at least one.
Nope, don't have one.
Murphy.
Wait a minute. So you said you don't have one, which means you're saying nothing, which means nothing happens, which means you didn't care about the nothing happens moment. How dare you? You know?
That was good.
Yeah.
That was some good gymnastics.
And that is how you play the game.
That was very good. Jay, what's your answer?
No, I want to hear your answer. What's your answer, Murphy? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't-
What is it?
Oh,
nothing
send your
comes to
Pink's backstory
mind.
too. Dude, that hit home too.
Yeah. Me too.
That was rough. That was sad.
Yeah.
She didn't like it. It was
Loved
Senior
it.
Pink. She didn't like it. She didn't like the
She didn't like Senior Pink. How did you not like
I
that?
can
Was
see.
Frankie and a two
She
true
didn't.
men.
What is she? Where is she
fighting.
going?
So, Jay, what's your answer?
Oh my God. She didn't like Senior Pink. Chat. It's crazy.
She's gonna pop back in with like an evening dress or something.
I don't know
What?
what's happening. Oh my God.
Oh, a
what?
feathered-
the
a fe-
fur.
We time traveling back to the 20s. Like,
So
okay.
anyway, Jay, what's your answer?
Speed past this, like it just didn't happen.
I love how Murphy's
Just-
progressively getting more fancy and bougie as
You
the night.
showed
That's
up
what
in
I'm
a
saying.
tux and you pulled out a top hat. What am I even supposed to do?
You don't
Wait,
see
they
Jay
said-
wearing a bow tie.
Trust me, Jay has his drip.
Yeah, he does.
I do.
know that.
I wear.
I've seen him in
I
his
wear,
dress before. Yeah.
I wear suits for toxicity. Someone said you don't like Dr. Halo Luke. Is that true?
I never said. Oh no, that Murphy.
No, Murphy.
Murphy.
What don't I like?
You don't
the
like
death-
Dr. Halo Luke?
The death of Hero Look with freaking Ave Maria playing in the background. Like, you know when a man dies.
Oh, no.
Okay.
didn't-
Well, hey, all right. There's yours. All right.
It didn't hit as hard for me as it does for some
Even
people.
with Ave Maria playing in the background.
What's that over there?
On-
I don't.
Are you just pointing at random stuff in your room? Unless it's an Alaskan death hornet, I don't want to see it.
An,
You know.
an Alaskan death hornet is crazy.
It's a bee. They're all bees anyway.
They're wasps. That is
Yeah.
a genuine pet peeve of mine when people call wasps bees.
I know. I almost made a whole bit about it in a video, and then I was like, no one's
Oh,
gonna get
you know-
this.
You know what's crazy?
Yes.
This one's actually gonna piss. This is gonna piss a lot of people
Ooh, do it,
Oh,
go.
do it. Go.
off. Brooke's backstory did not
Okay.
hit me as hard as the other.
You know what? I don't want to hear people giving me shit for Yasue. Hero Look, Brooks' backstory. All right?
No, Brooke's backstory is way more of a sin than
The
Hero.
it's the saddest thing. I mean, I think it is the most tragic of all those Straw Hat backstories.
Brooke's
And I love Robin.
backstory?
I love Robin, and her backstory is very sad. But I think Brooke just spending 50 years on a boat with a bunch of corpses, his rotting friends, and he has illusions and hallucinations on a constant basis, and he's a skeleton. Oh, God.
When you hear Bink Sake playing, and then you hear the bodies hit the ground, and he keeps playing,
Let
and
the
it
bodies
becomes a
hit the floor.
solo,
Let the bodies hit the floor.
It's so it's like it
Read the
hit me.
room.
I'll tell you this: when this is gonna sound so crazy. When the bodies were hitting the ground, I
Stop
wasn't
it.
feeling anything.
You gotta stop talking.
But it's,
All
but
right,
it was
everybody,
what-
let's rank
hold on,
our
let me
our
finish.
bad One Piece takes.
You gotta stop.
Let me
Oh,
fin-
okay.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let me
Before we-
finish. You
so-
have more to say?
You've
Zoro
already,
won the poll, by
all
the
right,
way.
keep going. Keep going.
Oh, wait.
I didn't-
Yeah, Zoro
I
won the
didn't
poll. I
feel
just
it.
want you to know. All right, now finish.
I didn't fully feel it until we're back at Thriller Bark and Brooke stops playing and then he cries, "I'm so glad I'm alive." That's when I felt it. But all throughout the other backstory, I was like, "Oh, this is sad."
No,
Yeah.
you can't be redeemed retroactively.
Oh, I
You are
can't.
soulless.
No. Yeah,
I
like
can't.
it doesn't matter if I felt something for Yasue the second read through. If I didn't feel it the first time, it doesn't count. Yeah.
What?
would
What's
say,
the name of that doctor? Hiralook?
Hiralook.
Here, look.
How do you spell that?
Oh my God, Murphy. Hold
H
on.
R wait H I
No,
R
there's
U
I's in
L-
it. HIRILUK.
Thank you, Jay, for giving me the answer quickly and not mocking me.
All right, let's see where we rank here.
All right, we're starting a poll. We're gonna see who of us is the most heartless.
it's gonna be me. It's
You
obviously gonna be me.
misspelled Yasu's name so bad.
I?
Yatsu.
I
Yatsu.
felt really good about it too. I was like, this is right. I don't need to question this
The
one.
confidence is crazy. What was I
I
gonna say?
know Hiralook. I
Oh,
just
there's a
don't
clear
know.
winner.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's obviously
Your
me. It's
joy is
obviously
making me uncomfortable. Oh, good. It's you. It's Jeff.
I voted for you.
Yes,
Don't worry
it's-
about it. But oh, Hero
I would
looks.
say. Well, who's the saddest backstory for me? Because everyone's like, "Oh, it's Brooks and Robin."
The
For
saddest
me,
backstory, not objectively, it is subjectively. The saddest backstory of the Straw Hats, I would say, is Brooke.
Oh.
Overall,
I didn't say Straw Hats. I didn't say Straw Hats
overall,
overall.
I mean,
Corazon!
Kuma's
Cora!
definitely
Cora!
Cora. Okay, that
No.
one's also one that's really
So
high up there.
I was gonna say Laws until Kuma's happened. Laws was my number one until Kuma happened.
See,
Kuma's
Laws
really
is sad,
sad.
but I equate that more to Corazone's backstory than Law's backstory. Laws is
They're tied together.
they're very
It-
closely together. Yes.
Yeah.
That's like saying
Well,
like
I think-
Kuma and Bonnie's, but it's very clearly Kuma getting the one that's like he's the one that has to suffer the most.
Okay,
You know?
but I think Kuma and Bonnie, I think that's fair. We can put them together.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fine. Yeah. They're father and daughter. That's fine. And Law and Corazon are like brothers. I get that. But Corazon died, and that was sad.
Well, so that's the thing, right? So like when I contextualize it as like Law basically watched everyone in his family get massacred, shot and killed.
Yeah.
He had to hide underneath the bodies of everyone that he just grew up with, including his sister, the nuns, all of that, and his parents. Then after that, after everyone's dead, he has to escape those bodies, finds out he has cancer on top of that. So I'm just like, at this point, it's like,
Cancer
well,
that
what's
was
the point of living?
caused by the overlords
was
who
caused-
couldn't care less.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
couldn't care less.
yeah.
Intentionally.
So they gave him
And-
cancer.
And he just
They
had a
gave him
bunch of
cancer.
grenades and ready to just end it all.
Exactly. And then the one person that cared about him, which is Corazon, he has to watch somebody actually care about him, sacrifice himself, get shot. He stays alive long enough for him to escape. And I'm just like, all right, at this point, I don't blame him for just having his sole purpose be to kill Doflamingo. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. His
No,
sole
no.
reasoning for living is to kill him. That's it.
That's fair.
And then you've got Kuma, who has a comparably horrible backstory, and his sole purpose has been to love.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
it's literally him being the most wholesome character in One Piece and how that world rejects the wholesomeness and kindness that Kuma brings because that's not the way the One Piece world is.
It's not the world.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
It is so sad. Even, golly, so far removed. It feels like it was forever ago, and still just thinking about it, it's like, it's rough. I don't think Law's sister is dead.
She's dead.
He's
Lammy.
dead.
Her name is
That was
Lammy.
So cold. That was so cold. Like,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
pause.
yeah,
I
take
mean,
it just
though-
that she did.
It is One Piece, though.
No
So,
pause.
As
No
I said, oh,
emotion.
yeah, she's dead. She's
You are not allowed hope.
dead as a doornail. You know.
I'm about to say, we saw the body. No body, no death.
I'll
That's
tell
the
you what, though.
number.
I was
We
thinking
saw the
about
body.
this. I was thinking about this the other day because the last
Uh-huh.
chapter we saw Saul, right? And I was thinking, like, all right, Oda cannot do this with every single character in a Straw Hat backstory. We can't find out Belmir was actually in the dungeon the entire time, and that it turns out that Kuina is actually alive and she's somewhere in the world in the Revolutionary Army. But if anybody's going to have a member of their backstory still be alive, that makes sense that it was Saul. For
Tom.
Robin.
Oh,
I-
I thought you were trying to add on another one.
Tom would be the other one I would suggest because we never really
Tom is the
found out
one
what
I'm
happened to
obsessed
him. They say they took him away for an execution. We never saw that execution. He wasn't an impel down. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if-
I feel like Tom is on the table, but I really hope we don't do that for anyone else.
I-
One is enough.
Yeah.
We got to see Tom's brother and Kokoro is still alive and everything. So, but I think one is enough. That's like the whole thing people were saying, what if Zoro is like royalty from Wano, or what if Nami is secretly a princess? It's like, we don't need to do that with every single Straw Hat. We did that with Sanji. That's his thing.
Yeah,
I'm
we
okay with him
don't.
being the only royalty in the Straw Hats, right? Yeah.
Were you disappointed that Zoro didn't get much of a spotlight in Wano, like people were speculating?
The implication is that Oda definitely wanted to do more stuff because he had that whole family tree ready to go, but it just didn't work out, and he put it in an SBS. I hope they expand on that. There's a Zoro light novel coming out. I hope they expand on that there, or if they add it in the anime or the new anime coming out at some point. I don't know.
I don't know if this is controversial, but I'm not.
You don't like Zoro?
I'm not a fan of bonus material being canon.
Wait. Do you include like SBSs in that?
Yes.
Ah! Kicking you. Hold on. I have to hack a thing. Hold on.
No, I was about to say you gotta like
Is this
point
my hot
and just
take?
act
Is
like
this
it's
my
gonna work.
next thing that Twitter's gonna
Be
mad
gone!
about? Okay. Be gone! I'm the winner! The one with the controls wins the day! Jay, you can come back. Oh, just kidding. Fine. Jay's gone. Matt, you can come back.
Oh, okay. I was gonna hijack the chat while you were busy doing that. All right. While you were dizzy on power, high on strength. All right.
All
Anyway,
I'm saying is
so you don't like supplemental material in
I don't
manga or in
mind
any works of
supplemental-
fiction?
any works of fiction. I'm very consistent with this. I don't mind supplemental material. I actually enjoy it.
Okay.
But when it's canon, when it's as important, like you need this in order to understand the core series.
Okay, so stuff that like
fully.
is like added material. By the way, this is Zoro's dad. By the way, this is Zoro's grandfather. We're not
I
really
feel
going
like-
to touch upon them. Okay.
Yes, I think supplemental material as a bonus is fun.
So, like, let
But
me give
as
you an
core to the story, I don't like.
let
Go
me give
ahead.
you an example. So in the King Killer Chronicles with Patrick Rothfuss's Name of the Wind, right? He does like videos and stuff where he did a video once where he just showed or basically spoke every name in the books. Like, this is how you pronounce words. Like,
Yeah.
this is Kvoth's name, and it's
Yes.
like that kind of supple material you're probably okay with because it's just like clarifying some stuff.
Yeah, it's just a little bonus.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. But in that case, I love the SBS because Oda, there's a lot of stuff that hit the cutting room floor in One Piece. He can't include everything. There's editors and stuff. You know, you've written books probably. You know where this goes. So I feel the SBS is great, and I love it when because not every mangaka does that. You know, not every mangaka answers questions every single tankobon, and Oda takes time out of his day to do it. Jay is. Murphy, you took off your ridiculous outfit.
I'm sorry. Should I put it down?
So we now have the Rat King joining us. Greetings. What is this stream? Seriously, what is this?
The best.
We need to get like. Do I have anything else that can make me more ridiculous?
It had to be done. It had to be. I wish I had a hat.
I have
think
some.
this is fun.
You want this straw hat?
Oh my god, a rat! Oh my god, it'd be Shanks. Oh
A
my
rat,
god.
a rat with a straw hat.
And yes,
You can make a children's storybook out of that. I'm still rhyming.
Yes, a rat.
I need a cat.
My liege. Someone's in the chat. My liege is hilarious.
I'm really hilarious, aren't I, Matt?
Put on your top hats,
He's
dude.
still
What
right.
are you
He's-
doing, Matt?
he's
You're
still-
underdressed. This is ridiculous.
You want me to go get my crown and my
Yes,
scepter
you're embarrassing us
and my
all.
holy scepter that I stole from the Pope? What do you want from
Honestly,
me?
take this seriously.
I'm glad we got all together back for this. This is fantabulous.
Fantabulous. That's a word. I like those ears, Jay. Look
I-
at you
Thank you. I feel
go.
fabulous. I feel fabulous.
that is
Look
great.
at
yeah.
you go.
So the next part of this is I'm gonna get a crown and I'm gonna have a goblet. before
Oh,
that, and then I'll really
Yes,
give a
for the
rat to
goblet.
it.
Get
It
a
has to be
giant goblet. Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
giant goblet.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Do we all need to have props next time?
I mean
we do.
that's usually what I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
I'm not gonna lie, this rat suit is very comfortable. I
There it
actually
is.
hate that I really like it.
Good.
I'm too
It's about time,
comfortable
Matt.
with this suit.
What was that?
I said I hate that this suit is so comfortable. This rat suit is so comfortable. It's actually very comfy.
You know, you've been using pictures of you in rat suits a lot lately, and I'm not mad about it.
Nothing. I am not mad about it either. Like my emote, my chat made an emote of me, Remy from Ratatouille when he's holding the wooden spoon.
Yes.
They just put my face on it. It's actually the funniest emote I've ever seen.
Yes, teching. It is about time you took this seriously.
There you go.
All right,
No bomb because the rat king came in.
Ugh.
Shout out to Young Smokey.
It's
Smokey
about
is a rat.
time.
the biggest, most exaggerated thing I have in this room.
Young Smokey, thank you. Yes, it's about time. You were really starting to embarrass us.
I
Matt.
was losing credit there, but now I'm getting it back.
It was looking rough for a second, but it's about time. Halloween party. This is
We just joined the Halloween party. I am under the opinion that there should be 2 Halloweens every year. You know, because Halloween is the best holiday. I feel like there should be one in October, one in April. Just make it, you know.
Why? Tell me why Halloween is the best holiday. Give me a reason.
Okay, number 1, the name is the coolest. Number 2, October is the coolest sounding month. Number 3, it's about spooky stuff. Like what if Halloween isn't the best holiday, then what is? And don't you dare say Christmas. Christmas is not even holding a candle to Halloween. Arbor Day, maybe, but
Day.
Okay. First of all, I need to recognize Jay, looking slick. I appreciate you upgrading even more.
Captain Eisen as the rat.
Captain Eisen, yes.
And yes,
Or
Teching, it's Christmas. Christmas is the best holiday.
Halloween is the oldest holiday.
It's
Christmas.
magical.
Halloween's magical too. It's literally about there's like magic and witchcraft and stuff. There you go. There's your magic.
That leads us nicely, since you are celebrating the demonic, leads us nicely into the next question. Overall thoughts on the 5 elders.
You know,
Have they been living up to your expectations?
You want me to say something that's going to blow your mind about the 5 elders that just show?
What were your thoughts on the 5 elders?
Oh, we can't keep doing this.
Why not? Tell me why. Give me one reason why I can't
God.
keep doing this.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on the 5? I just want to know.
Shalt not kill. The 8th deadliest sin is thou.
What are your thoughts on the 5 elders, Jay?
You know, they're really scary guys. You know, they're all, you know, really weird, freaky, demonic. Also, honestly, they kind of made to look a little bit incompetent right now. I'm not gonna lie. The Sharks are kind of embarrassing them, right? Yo, please stop kicking him out.
He was interrupting you. It was rude.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. He's just reading his book.
Thoughts on the 5 elders, Matt?
No, go ahead. I'm good.
No, I'm fine.
Did I just start some for real beef this time?
No.
You might have. I don't know.
I was just going to say that if you go back and look at all the times you see the 5 elders in the Room of Authority, you can see the summoning circles on the wall in the background. They're all there. They're
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'll show you a.
You said
Show me.
Give me a sec here. Let's see here. I don't even think that one was warranted, really. Somebody asked a question. I was starting to give an answer, and you just kicked me out.
It was just for the memes. I would like
to
do the
the
for
memes
real.
No, you're good. You're good. Probably chapter 233. Let me pull up a thing.
I'm going to pull it up too.
Yeah, chapter 223 is when they first showed up, so it would definitely be there.
Oh, golly gee. I just typed in elders, and I got a different Google search.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you gotta
yikes.
be, yeah.
Sometimes I forget that Google doesn't know that all I care about is One Piece.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird. You'd think it would.
Right, without much I Google.
So what is it that we're looking up right now? I'm a little lost.
The first time the elders show up in the story.
Oh, okay.
I don't see it.
Okay, hold on. Maybe it wasn't the right chapter. Chapter 233, sorry, not 223.
Oh yeah, 233. Okay.
233. Okay.
Do you
Yep.
see it?
Yep. Look in the background when you get to that double page spread.
All right, let me pull it up on the computer.
Yeah, I have I'm looking at now. To be fair, I'm looking at the digital colored version of it.
Oh, okay.
233.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's so early, though. Are you sure?
Nope. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at chapter 2. I'm looking at the panel at this moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Or I'm just messing with you. But either way.
What are your thoughts on the elders? Have they lived up to your expectations?
So far, yeah. I mean, you can't kill him, and no matter what Luffy does, even in Gear 5, he's not really seriously wounding them. So whatever you're gonna try to do.
You're right. Oh no, they are there.
Yeah, right. I know. It's weird that nobody ever noticed. Crazy, isn't it?
What? They're everywhere too. It's like really obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
That's
Okay, I need to see this.
wild.
I need to see this.
Oda's good at this, man.
No, you cannot tell me that long ago Oda knew.
He knew they were demons at least. Now that I can understand. There's some stuff in One Piece that Oda's omitted, like the supernovas, that was like a final, like a last minute kind of thing. But I'm sure at the beginning Oda was like, who rules the world? Yeah, a bunch of demons probably. Yeah.
They've definitely lived up to expectations for me to answer that question. They have been here, Jay. I'm texting it to you.
See?
They have been. I mean, I think that the reveals have been exciting. I think that their transformed forms have been like awesome, especially the skeletal horse.
The skeletal horse, yeah, Ethan is probably the favorite. By the way, I love that. I just call them by their normal like names, like Ethan, Peter, just because that's funny to me.
So it's so weird to think of them in such normal names.
The Five Elders, Jay. I mean, hey, there is. I mean, hey, I mean, there it is.
Dang.
Ethan, Peter.
I am not associated to that J, by the way. We have disowned
Marcus.
the Garcia.
I don't know. You did claim him for a while there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, some people, you know, bad family ties, and we you know, disassociate ourselves. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody has somebody in the family that you're embarrassed about. You know, it's just that
Exactly.
common,
I'm just my grandfather
you,
just happened to be
relatives.
yeah, nefarious, slave owning, you know,
No, but you were
Yeah.
fine with them when they
human
were
trafficker.
slave-owning.
Yeah. I mean,
You were like, well, you know, they're still family.
my stance, Teching, before she gaslights, is that I was one of the good ones, and I was trying to work on the inside, right? To like
right to
abolish
bring them
the
down on
system,
the inside. Yes,
to
that's how
bring
you were
them
able
down
to do
on
it.
the
Yeah.
inside because that's what they do. And then you know the demons came in, and I'm like, all right, well, I think maybe I should just go outside and then try, right? Like
I don't
can't-
remember that being your
Now I understand where
I
you're coming
remember,
from
yeah.
because my relatives are I'm an alien from like Andromeda, or you know I'm not going to go into it, but my they try to invade the
Yep,
Earth,
yep.
and I was sent ahead as like a scout kind of thing, but that was I didn't want to do my job,
But
so
you
here
got
we are.
bonked on the head.
I no I know what I'm supposed to do. I just ended up being a YouTuber instead. Manga was really interesting, so that's what I ended up doing. You know.
That's
So are you
that's legit.
Teching? Are you referring to the pentagrams in the background?
Yeah, like a bunch in the background
Wow.
that are very clearly like etched all over the room. Yeah. It's wild.
That's trippy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, right? Did a commenter point that out to you, or is it something?
Yeah, oh yeah, I don't see. That's the great thing I love about like my audience and just One Piece fans in general is I love this story, but there's no way I'm going to be able to remember stuff from like chapter 472, page 4, like instantly. Another one that came out was the Mother Flame in the last chapter. You see it on the wall in the Moon City when Eneru was up there. You see it on the mural. Yeah.
Yes. Did you know that, Jay?
Someone pointed out to me in my chat when that happened.
Yeah.
It was pointed out to me as well. Yeah, there's so many things, like there's basic things that I forget. So there's no way I'm going to remember stuff like that.
Yeah. It's a huge story, but Oda seems he keeps pretty good notes, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think he has to have assistants. I know that there's an author I follow that writes like sometimes 5 books in a year, and he has assistants that help him keep track of details, and like readers that specialize in different series, and they'll tell him, "Hey, no, that's a plot hole. You said this in another book."
That Oda, I think, has to have somebody like that.
I
That's
think
like
you have to
like
have a team.
Your job is to double check the wiki.
Yeah,
and see what fans are
the
saying.
fact checker.
Yeah,
or like you've used a devil fruit too similar to that before.
Or if Oda wants to introduce a devil fruit, is like, well, this was used in one of the movies. I'm like, okay, then I won't do it then. Be like something like that.
That's a good one.
I have a theory that Shanks's crew's devil fruit powers are ones that we've seen in the movies, because one of the only ones that we've seen is Howling Gab has like an energy attack from his mouth. We saw it in film Red, and that was the first One Piece villain's devil fruit ability. Was the ability to basically just fire ki blasts out of your mouth. But Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
That's in one of the movies?
El Drago, the first One Piece villain, El Drago. You don't know El Drago?
No,
I thought it was
checking.
Alvida.
Alvida was the first One Piece villain in the movies. That'd be great if it was. If she-
Oh, you said in the movies.
in the
I thought you-
movies,
okay.
yeah, in the movies, yeah.
Not everyone is just a nonstop wealth of information. Teching.
Sorry.
Jay, what were you gonna say?
You said I don't even remember. Oh, I was gonna ask, do you think I think it's true. Just do you think Oda actually pays attention to the YouTube community outside of Japan, or do you think he's only tapped into the Japanese YouTube community?
I think he's mentioned that he is aware of other like One Piece YouTubers. Probably legal reasons why he probably wouldn't be able to like name anybody or say anything.
Of course.
Uh,
Yeah, because
So I remember when I was in LA, I was at Roger's place, and we were all kind of hanging out there. It was the One Piece D&D crew and everything, and we were talking about the live action and stuff. And Roger mentioned that Iñaki like watched some of my stuff when he was like interested. Yeah, we lived. That was a huge confidence boost, by the way. Like and then Roger also said like, and this is Roger. I don't know if he doesn't know 100%, but he's like, if he's probably seen it, Oda's probably seen your stuff, or if Oda's seen my stuff, he's seen your stuff, kind of stuff. And I kind of assumed, but like that is kind of interesting to know if the creator is watching our stuff.
That's wild.
It is crazy. Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Oda
that's
watches
crazy.
Jay channel. I assume that he doesn't watch any YouTubers because I feel like getting into people's theories or their commentary, their feedback, their complaints would mess with his creative process.
Yeah, that's another thing
I
too.
think so.
Like
I
you don't
agree.
want to see what everybody's doing because it might change the direction of where it's going. Jay, what is this about an email?
So
Jay is the
that
reason
is
we
a-
all hurt.
That is a very funny story. So once we saw the glimpse of Kuma's backstory, I knew I was gonna get hurt. Like I knew immediately. My heart was broken at the very first couple panels. I'm like, all right, this is gonna hurt me bad. I know it. And I told Oda, I said, I know this game. I know, Oda, you show us this stuff and you leave us for years until we go back to this. I said, Oda, you have 10 chapters to give us this backstory, or I'm going to write a strongly worded email. The craziest part is, to the date, we did not get the beginning of that backstory till 10 chapters after. And I bragged across the internet. The email worked. I sent the strongly worded email. He reads our channel, all of that, right? And this was all during the time where I had been slandering Kid for generations, and the Shanks thing happened. So everyone's like, Oda watches my channel, he reads my emails, all of that. Only for the Kuma backstory to torture me for like 8 straight chapters. Everyone is like,
Oda is just about going against Jay right now. It's just like,
yes, that's what everyone said. Everyone's like, oh, Jay, you've done this to us. Oda's whipping your ass every day. And I'm just like, no, I'm sorry for sending the email.
He said, the audacity. Watch me cause him harm.
It was terrible. One of the most terrible reading experiences I had, but also one of the best reading experiences I've ever had in my life.
What do you feel about the theory that the One Piece is actually a giant toilet to be used to lower the ocean levels? It's why Roger laughed, and Luffy always talks about pooping.
I didn't even know this was a thing. I thought about the giant holes in the ocean being like drain plugs in a bathtub. I didn't go quite toilet with it. But if they do get to Laugh Tale and there's just a giant flush, that would just flush here to save the world. What if that's why Roger said they got there too early? It's like flush here if the water level gets too high. It's like a release
The tank
valve.
wasn't filled.
It wasn't filled yet. We'll have to clip this in case.
Just in case it comes true. We're like, we predicted it. Well, actually, Kevin.
It's Kevin, yeah. It's like a million monkeys and a million
Kevin.
typewriters kind of thing. Somebody has probably guessed what the One Piece is at this point. It's definitely happened,
I don't know. Wasn't there a quote by Oda that said that no one has guessed it yet? But how could he know?
How would he know every single opinion?
would
He'd
he
have to
know?
watch every YouTuber. He'd have to watch every forum on the internet talking
Read
about
all
One
the
Piece.
Reddit posts.
Yeah.
Imagine if Oda's just
Exactly.
like spending all his
He'd
his
have
break
to
week
go to
scrolling the
Tumblr.
internet.
He'd have to.
He'd have to what?
He'd have to go to Tumblr. He'd have to go to like 4chan maybe. I don't know.
To 4chan?
Chen,
What are we doing right now?
I don't know.
Manga anime live action. Can you guys select an order?
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna be a purist and say read the manga, but if you don't like reading, or if you're like the backwards, like right to left is not for you, just watch the anime.
Oh, I thought you were calling Pigeon backwards.
No, Deus Pigeon. That's an awesome username, and it's a little pigeon
That
with
is
a
good.
little pilot helmet.
With a
That's
little
awesome.
hat. Yeah, look at this little helmet. It's
That's a
actually kinda,
common
it's kinda
insult
wild.
here in Kentucky. When I moved to Kentucky, everybody was like, "Yeah, he's kind of backwards," and I was like, "What are we saying right now? What's being said?"
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Fort Knox is?
Mhm.
No, that's Tennessee, isn't it?
No,
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I think it is Tennessee.
no, Fort
No,
Knox is in Kentucky.
no, he's
Am I
right.
wrong?
It's Kentucky.
I
It's in
know
Kentucky.
my
He
geography.
knows better than me.
Murphy,
I don't know.
You're setting yourself up
You
for
li-
failure here, Murphy.
Murphy, you
Oh,
live
it
in
is in Kentucky, according to Google.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Why would I know that? Why would I know off the top of my head? I know it's around here.
Ask me
You
something
live-
about Pennsylvania. I'll be able to tell you that. Geography.
That's like saying
I'm not from Kentucky though. I just happen to live here.
All right, where are
now.
you from then?
Illinois. It's not better.
You said that so dejected. Illinois.
Yeah.
like rural Illinois, like Chicago.
Yeah.
Springfield-ish or
No, 2 hours
Hmm.
south of Chicago. It was called Long Point. It was 200 people.
Wow, that's
Oh
even
my
smaller
God.
than my
That's as rural
hometown.
as it
Wow.
gets. Jesus
Yeah.
Lord.
I grew up in a tiny mountain village, and we had at least 900.
Yeah. It
There's
was
actually
tiny.
200.
And we had an arson
226
problem.
people.
So
Oh wow,
probably-
yeah, we
Course
didn't
you
have
did.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Question:
Okay.
What D&D class/race would you love to play? Well, I feel like teching.
I mean, I've already, and I mean, like, I'm partial to sorcerers because that was the first character I ever played in D&D. But do you guys play in D&D?
I've only played a few campaigns.
You would like it. Yeah, I mean, you played it, so yeah.
I do like it. You're right. I wouldn't say
I've
that
never played
I'm.
before.
I don't. The campaigns I played were very loose on rules. It was very much just like we're mucking about here. So if
Yeah,
you
it's
know
just
basics.
it's D&D. It's fun. Yeah.
I think that other than the Gorosei, even those who know about the sun god Nika don't know that there is a Nika fruit. I agree.
The other that wait, hold on. I think that other than the Gorosei. Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah. That like other people that even worshipped or prayed to Nika wouldn't know that. Yeah.
They just knew that there was going to be a coming, especially the Buccaneers knew that there was going to be another coming of Nika.
Yeah.
But what
yeah.
that looks like, I don't
They're
think they
on.
expected
Yeah.
a devil fruit.
They don't know if he's an actual god or just a being that has a devil fruit. Like, and we got in the last chapter, Vegapunk directly mentioned that the origin of that myth comes from Elbaf. So, which makes sense because it was mentioned they worship the sun and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm still very fuzzy on if the original Nika, like if it comes from a devil fruit or if it was a person / deity first.
So
and then
you
I
think?
picked up
Do you
the
think Oda's
manifest
going to get straight up gods and devils involved in the story, or they're all just devil fruit based?
I do think that the yokai are yokai.
Ah, finally somebody that believes me.
Oh,
I say it every time. Like, yeah,
I've
they
been
could be.
saying it too.
They could be mythical zones that have a yokai form. Like Luffy has a devil fruit of a god. They have god or devil demon fruits. But like, it'd be so cool if they were just actual yokai.
When they were introduced, there was no devil fruit explicitly said.
Also, I just want to say, like, it would be so easy to kill them. Just knock them in the water. Like that's the solution to the problem. Like kill all the 5 elders, just knock them in water. There you go. They're devil fruit. I want to see Jay Garcia Saturn getting knocked into the ocean and he just like spiders his just way out and just oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I had this it's kind of like out there, but I had this theory that maybe Emu is not literally, but is going to be represented as Abe no Same, which was the original person who practiced Onmyodo.
Yeah, wasn't he the court like mage, Yeah.
Abe
no Same. Yeah.
So he was the first one to be able to like leash and control yokai. And he like worked for the government and he
worked for the emperor and stuff.
World.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if they're real yokai and he's got them under his control.
That's a cool impression. What do you feel about the emu backwards Umi ocean thing? Like emu is basically Mother Nature, Mother Ocean, you know?
Yeah.
And
I like
she
it.
is mighty pissed off because devil fruits exist.
I like it in theory, but people always when that theory is brought up, people always mention that that's only true in English. In Japanese, it's
True.
not reversed.
But Oda does implement English in the story too. And also if he I mean it's not maybe super obvious to a Japanese audience that I am you, you am I, you know. Maybe Oda's doing that
True.
on purpose, you know, to not make it super obvious. I don't know.
True. So you think he's giving the Westerners a leg up on this particular?
Maybe in this particular instance, maybe he is, yeah.
Maybe. I do like the idea of it. I instinctually call emu he all the time.
I usually try to use gender neutral pronouns. I try to use they because we do not know.
I try to,
Yeah.
and then I still end up saying he.
Yeah.
So it would be a great twist if it was actually Mother Nature.
There was the scene when Emu attacked Sabo and like stabbed Sabo in the back, remember, with their tail or whatever that was. We see like splotches coming off of it. It could be water, it could be something else. But also Sabo's reaction to getting struck by Emu was like insane levels of pain. Like his eyes rolled back in his head. Like that was really, really painful. That could be the harnessed power of the ocean in a physical form that just like the avatar of the sea just slashed you, you know, like that would hurt a devil fruit user bad.
That's a really good observation. I didn't consider that.
It wasn't mine. I think that was a lot of people. I think Artur was the one that brought up the thing with the water coming off of the tail because I don't notice that stuff when I read the chat.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
That would be crazy if Emu is just the embodiment of the sea in human form. That would be that's chaotic.
That would make sense also if the Gorosei they're allowed in the ocean, but the devil fruit users are hated by the ocean, so they're obviously not. So yeah.
Very interesting.
I do think that if Oda is going to go with actual like gods, which have been brought up in like what Vegapunk has said, and like the ocean setting herself against devil fruits because they're unnatural and stuff like that. So I think if he does bring that up, I think Emu is going to be one of them.
Theological stuff has definitely been referenced in One Piece. They mentioned Umibozus with the like leaving offerings out to sea gods, whatever those things that Thriller Bark were might have been gods or like eldritch beings, or that was like something right out of Lovecraft, honestly. And Eneru obviously liked to play God. There's a Christian church at Thriller Bark where Absalom tried to marry Nami. So like
you have to bring up Kuma again if we're going to talk about
Kuma. Well, though his cross was different. It was the cross that had the sun in it. And it had like
true.
Very different. It was a little different cross that we saw like Usopp running around with at Thriller Bark.
That's true.
So interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to take up a load of y'all's time.
No,
so
you want to do 2 hours or?
Sure. Are Jay?
I'm cool.
Yep.
Are you sure? Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
There's Buddha Daibutsu because Sengoku could do that. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And I feel like there have been a lot of gods. Like the Thunder God was in Wano, but he was just some minor side character. Like he'll throw.
Oh, like Fujin and Raijin. Yeah, they were part of the Oniwabanshu. Yeah, they were like the ninjas. Yeah.
Let me vaguely say something and you don't know it. Don't just know everything.
I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
I'm sorry. I know characters' names. It's my curse.
Murphy, Tekking, and Jay should get together and cosplay as Perona, Moria, and Kuma, respectively.
I don't think I could pull out a Moria cosplay.
Yes, you could.
I would definitely try Kuma 100%.
You would kill Kuma. It would be.
You would do fantastic as a Kuma, yeah.
I'd love it. I'd love it so much.
I already have a Perona cosplay, so we're waiting on you.
Of course you do. Okay, I will do the Moria cosplay, but I have to get a professional to do it. Like, because any cosplay I try to throw together slapdash is going to look like garbage. So
I bought my Perona stuff.
Yeah, well, Perona doesn't have blue skin and is like a giant onion human.
Crazy. Yeah, I'm about to say giant boots and that crazy plaid shirt. Oh my god!
Yeah,
makeup is a thing.
What?
We can make this happen.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm fine with it, but somebody has to apply the makeup and
I'm on it. We're going to a convention.
All right.
This is happening.
I need to get
I'm doing this.
giant like boots, and because Moria's like 10 feet. No, he's like huge. He's the same size as
We don't
Kuma,
have to
actually.
wear platform shoes. We're
I-
not trying. We're not going for
No,
Oda
no,
Oda
I am
proportion.
committed to
Okay,
my
allow me
pick.
to remove some organs so I can look
No,
like Verona.
No, that's not how that works. I'm just saying, no, Perona is still like, yeah, Oda has the ridiculous proportions. That's Oda. But she's still a relative normal human height. Actually, let's check really quick to see what's the difference in height between you and Perona.
I have to learn how.
I'm going to bet
float.
you're dead on in the height, probably. She is 5'3".
5'6". So I need to cut off my.
You need to
knees.
cut off maybe at your ankles, but we could get there.
Well, that'll help
Cut,
me.
I was about to say cut off your ankles. I was like, oh, okay, aggressive.
That'll help me float a little bit better if I didn't have feet.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah,
I've seen
that makes sense.
wild cosplays of like there was one cosplay I saw of Reinhardt from Overwatch. That's this giant dude wearing armor at a convention, and they went the whole 9 yards and like had an actual size relative. There's like a dude inside of an outfit moving. I'm gonna have to basically do that with Moria. Yeah.
That would be okay. I'm not trying to get us to spend like crazy money on this.
Oh, wait, younger Moria when he was cooler and he had the badass leather jacket and he fought Kaido before he lost his drive. That is a Moria I could cosplay as. Yeah, he had better fashion sense too.
You could look cool, I guess. Jay,
I want to look
are
cool.
you gonna allow it?
Yeah, I'd allow it.
Thank you.
I'm a lenient
Come on,
person.
like modern Moria, he's like 50 years old. He's out of shape. He spends all of his days eating Cheetos. He's lost all of the motivation to
You
do
could
anything.
nap though. You could take some killer naps.
I guess. But Moria at age 27,
He said, I
dude,
guess.
he was bringing the fire. Yeah.
Is anyone sort of confused that there was no one at on Whitebeard's crew? Sorry, I got real confused by that.
Yeah.
information. Named,
Yeah, I just saw Starbucks and I was like, wait, what?
right. I'm like, what are we doing right now?
But-
I feel like Starbucks should or would be Marco's first name.
Marco
I
Starbuck Marco?
cannot follow
see
this.
it.
I don't know. There's probably a pun there somewhere, but I don't understand what
It's
it
gotta
means.
be. Yeah.
I mean, I like Starbucks. It's a
This
little
is
overpriced,
magical,
but, you know.
just like
It's a
Abe no
little
Same.
overpriced.
It has
You
been.
know?
We're talking about magic. We're talking about wizards. We're talking about Abe no Same. We have a super chat saying that this is magical. It's been confirmed.
I'm 100% okay with this. Yeah, what an eclectic gathering of One Piece YouTubers. This is a fun watch. Ah, eclectic. Yes, also. I love words.
Eclectic. That's a strong. I like. Okay. all right.
Eclectic, yes.
Egghead over Wano. Are we in agreement?
I mean, Egghead's not as long as Wano.
So
Although,
instantly better.
I mean, it's also still going. I mean, you could judge Wano from beginning to end. You can't do that with Egghead.
That's a good
So,
point because Wano's end was weak.
well, it was. You could argue it's because of the Kabuki act structure, where Kabuki plays are often very abrupt finishes. It's you do the play, and then okay, everybody, wrap this up. Time to go. Get your concessions on the way out.
Do you think that's a valid excuse?
I'd say it fits the overall act structure Oda was going for. Also, I mean, you could argue, all right, we spent 150 chapters in Wano. Can we? Okay, it's time to move on to the next part of the story. Let's go.
Jay?
And it was the final saga, so let's go. Come on, final saga.
I think it's valid. I think it's
Yeah.
valid.
Jay's got it.
I think it's valid. Egghead has been the best post time skip arc so far, in my opinion.
I agree. Just because a lot of world events are happening and we've been focusing on other places a lot. Like Oda's actually taking
Yes.
breaks of the main story to go see what's Garp's up to, what what Law's doing, and what Kid is doing. You know, so that's not something that usually happens.
I don't know. That's
Really?
tough.
Mm.
That's tough. We've got Whole Cake Island,
Mm-hmm.
which minus the wedding cake rampage that went on for 15 years.
Caker!
Yeah. Removing that, Whole Cake Island competes. Do you disagree?
Whole Cake Island did have Bobbin, though.
What does that mean?
Bobbin the Fixer.
Jay knows exactly. Jay knew instantly.
Yeah, you guys are real
Instantly.
One Piece fans. What are you talking about?
I'm not even going to
Bob
explain
the
it.
Fixer.
I'm not
Oh
going
my
to explain
God,
it.
dog.
Jay gets it. I get it. The chat gets it. You know.
Bob and the Fixer has got to be the biggest oxymoron in One Piece history.
Top
dog.
5.
Oh my God.
Top 3.
Fishman Island also competes. All right, next one.
Fishman Island. Yeah, you're right about that. That dealt with a lot
you.
of underlying issues throughout the story, setting up the fishmen and like the inherent racism and just now that was something I had like when Hody revealed his reasoning for doing what he was doing and just like, what did humans do to you that made you become this? And he's like, nothing. I just hate humans. I was raised to hate them. And I'm like, oh, that holy shit.
Heavy.
That's
So
topical.
good.
Holy crap.
So
Yeah.
good. And then
Yeah.
the Fisher Tiger stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
recontextualizing Arlong's hate. I mean,
Doesn't excuse what he did, but now you understand him a hell of a lot better.
You get it.
Mm.
Yep.
so good. So good. Swampy was there though. Rat King J. Have you thought about the recent Void Century? What? Have you thought about how recent the Void Century was for the Giants / Elbaf? We know they get to like 350 plus, so that's only like 2 gens back.
I have not, but that's a very, very interesting point that I did not think about because there's depth. That means it's like if you're only passing it down 2 generations, it probably really fresh in some people's minds, and they disappeared. Like the Giants have actually disappeared. Like Elbaf, like people don't really go there. It's very uncommon. So like
Yeah,
they
but
could
Elbaf
act.
is the only
There's some
older
in the
gen.
Marines, and Saul mentioned
There's some.
that there's a round, but yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're in the Marines because there was like trade, right? There was basically Mother Caramel was grabbing them, right? Or
Yeah,
is it
so
because they
Mother
joined?
Caramel introduced John Giant as the first giant in the Marines. I feel like there's other giants that just joined. They weren't all like slave traded in there or something. Some of them might have been. But the idea from Saul, I think just says like, yeah, there's other settlements where giants live, and you know they're not all warfaring like the giants on Elbaf.
Yeah, Salt specifically said he
true.
wasn't from Elbaf.
No, he's hiding out there now.
Oh,
though.
okay.
Yeah.
But it does seem like
Okay.
giants pretty much keep to themselves.
They do.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Elbaf is obviously not allied with the world government. I think some
Yeah.
giants decided to leave because they're not going to keep them there. If you want to leave, you can leave and do whatever you want. But
Yeah. So that's a good point, though, that they probably have very recent stories, like recently passed down. They haven't been legendized.
I've seen that before. I've seen people mention that because 350 were like the 2 older giants we saw in Big Mom's flashback. They were like the oldest ones. So yeah, that's really like like right now it could be possible like Dorian Broggy's grandparents probably were living in their Void Century, most likely.
Yeah.
Or right after it.
Please stop sending super chats. I'm trying real hard to get through these before we finish the stream.
You could turn them off.
Can I? How?
Okay. Well, let's do some IT. All right. Open your YouTube. Open your manager, like the back page where you see all your videos.
Yes.
Okay. You there?
Yes.
Okay. Go down to Earn on the left side.
Okay. Yeah.
Go to Supers. And there's a toggle.
Turn off. Wait. Will
No.
erase-
You could turn them back on. you
but,
could
but
turn
will
them.
it? Will it erase the ones that I'm still trying to read?
No. It will not. No. They will stay. They will stay up. They will stay up. And there should be on that same page. There should be a record of every single one.
Okay.
You're good. You're fine.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're welcome. Yes.
Favorite island?
Oh, yeah, we just did a video. I ranked them all on a tier list. Let's see. Skypiea was up there. Zoe, even though that's an elephant, not an island. Elephant
It
Island.
is an island
It
on an
counts.
elephant.
It counts.
It counts.
That's right. Thank you.
Impel Down is my favorite arc, but it's not an island.
Impel Down is up there with me for me as well.
Yeah.
Impel Down is one of the funniest arcs ever. Oh my god.
So I would choose to live on Little Garden.
Have fun in Jurassic Park.
I'm about
Yeah,
to say
I
you're
will.
just gonna die.
You
pretty
better
quickly.
believe it. I will, but I'll have a fun life before I'm.
I will.
Everybody dies, Jay.
I'm just imagining you getting isekai'd into Little Garden of all places, and it's just like, okay, you got to live like a Flintstone in order to survive. Have fun.
It's gonna be my favorite day because
It
will only be one.
No, or it cuts to 5 years later, and you have a pet pterodactyl, and you just are like, yeah,
Those are great options.
you're either dead day one or you have a pet pterodactyl.
Either way, I'm living the life.
There you go. You're up. A Water 7. I love Water 7.
Yeah, Water
Oh,
7.
good
Water 7 is really
choice.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Love
choice.
Water
If I
7.
survive, I'll fly my pet pterodactyl there and visit.
There you go. I just want to be on the sea train. I'm just, oh my God, the concept of a sea train. Because I love the water and just like.
Impel down.
I would want to go to a sky island. I'm not afraid of heights, and it looks pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm afraid of heights.
Are you? Okay. Well, then a sky island's probably not good for you.
So do you not like roller coasters?
No.
Are you afraid of drowning? In which case, Fishman Island, maybe. Okay, then Fishman Island.
I am not afraid of drowning. I'm actually half convinced I will die drowning because I'm a bit reckless in water.
Do you dive?
So one of my favorite things to do is to if I'm at an ocean, I like to swim as far as I can until I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
And just rest in the quiet, and then I'll swim back. And I am a strong swimmer, but riptides don't care about that.
So you just fly, you just swim all the way out till you can't see land anymore, and then
I can usually still see it.
there's some of it in the
I
distance.
just can't like hear anything, and it's really peaceful.
Murphy, that's
like
very alarming. That's very alarming.
You know, it's fine. I haven't died yet.
Kazuki Takahashi died, drowning, and yeah, be careful.
Well, if I ever stop posting.
God.
Oh my God, this is dark.
Sorry.
I'm going to London next week, and I'm flying on a Boeing, so
So you're facing my fear.
Yeah.
Udon is
Cool,
underrated. Headbutts Big Mom. Oh, that did happen in Udon.
Yeah,
No, that was. I forgot about that. Oh my Lord.
Queen headbutts her.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
oh
the
my
Big
God.
Mom amnesia shtick got kind of old, I have to say, during that arc. Yeah.
It's so bad. I hope she doesn't come back just so we don't have to deal with a third amnesia.
They did it with Sabo, kind of off screen, that he had amnesia, and it's like, okay, I guess, fine. But then they do Big Mom, and it's like, okay, I hate the amnesia trope because it's very much like a daytime soap opera kind of thing. Like, Jaden has amnesia. He forgot about his fiance that he was supposed to marry tomorrow. Oh!
And then he's falling in love with another lady, and then he gets his memories. Oh, I'm in love with two women. I'm like, oh.
I think you would literally describe the plot of Days of Our Lives at a certain point. I'd have to ask my mom.
Oh my God, this gimmick.
It's so bad.
It's such a bad gimmick. Oh.
My mom watches Bold and the Beautiful. I'll have to ask her if that's a plot line.
I've never heard of that, but
Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, it's a classic. It's
been on for a while. It's a thing. Yeah.
What do you think will be the end of what? Where do you think Sanji will be at the end of the series?
Cooking.
Sanjay, Indian Sanji. I can see it. Sanjay is an Indian Sanji is hilarious.
Jay, the number one
Where I think Sanji will be at the end of the series.
Yeah.
Like where? Like, oh, I mean, I hope it back at the Baratier. Like, I don't think he'd be anywhere else.
He just goes back to being a line cook. It's just like, okay.
That'd actually be really fun.
Like that.
But no, they could just move the Baratier to the All Blue.
Yeah, that's the idea. I can see that. Like the All Blue, the Red Line gets destroyed. They take the Baratier to the All Blue. Yeah. People forget, by the way, Sanji's dream is like, I want to find the All Blue and then murder every fish there to make food for people.
I mean, Zoro's dream is basically to murder people. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. I know. But those are swordsmen. These are fish. Innocent fish. Just the
Zoro's
tasty
dream
ones.
is to murder people. That's so true.
Okay, so for my birthday, for my birthday, we went to this Japanese restaurant, but we went to the same Japanese restaurant for Mother's Day this past weekend, me and my mom. And my mom does not like sushi. So I tried to get her to try some sushi or some barbecue squid, and she just would not touch it. And we were driving back, and she was like, would you try puffer fish? And I'm like, No, because that's the stuff that has tetrodotoxin in it, and if it's not prepared exactly right, you die. So I'm not that risky. But would you guys try pufferfish?
No.
Has anybody in the chat tried
No.
pufferfish?
I recently learned about pistol shrimp. Do you know about pistol shrimp?
You mean the ones mantis shrimp that punch so hard they break the sound barrier or like the speed of light?
Why do you just know things?
I like to study things. I like to read. You like to read too.
I know that I do. But you just know, like when I read about something and I'm excited to share it, Matt, you're like, I've known about this for years. I've read all the things on the internet.
I'm sure there's something you know about that I don't. Cut to 3 hours from now. It's like, yeah, I know that too.
Jay's asleep at his desk.
It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. You know?
Yeah, I know that too. Yeah, wait, that one I didn't know. We can end the stream now.
Why is this nerd so smart? I know, right? Yeah.
Did you just pat yourself on the back for being smarter than me?
Sure. I'll do it. I'm not smarter than you, Murphy.
Now you just
I'm
have to say that so you don't sound like I'm smart.
Yeah, I have to say that, yeah.
Sorry.
Pufferfish is very gummy and tastes like nothing. The soy sauce carries. Okay. Well, I guess it's not even that good.
I feel like pufferfish, octopus, there are certain things that I just don't want to eat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like olives. What? Do you love olives? Is that a thing?
I mean, yeah, I love olives, but that's not the point of I was talking about like because they seem to like octopus are very smart.
They are.
Right? So I don't it just seems
I didn't eat octopus. I ate a squid. Squid are dumb. Dumb as dirt.
Jay, thoughts?
You never eat a dolphin? Would you guys never eat a dolphin?
I mean, dolphins are endangered species. I don't feel like eating, like I wouldn't eat a lion or a rhino or something. That's just, you know.
Would you eat a crocodile?
I have eaten.
We're talking about this.
I have eaten crocodile. I've had alligator. I've had gator meat. I've had gator meat before. It's really good.
The only reason I say it's okay to eat dolphins is because they're like terrorists in the ocean. Like dolphins.
They're awful. Orcas are.
They're
like,
actually.
Yeah, they're like.
Yeah, orcas are toxic, but dolphins are genuine pieces of shit. Like they're assholes.
Yeah.
They are not. The PR around dolphins is unreal PR. I can't believe it. Like you said, they're endangered species. That might be PR. We don't know.
Do messed up stuff. Yeah.
They do messed up stuff to people. I know you're thinking about the same thing I'm thinking about.
I'm aware, but there's certain things we can't say on the internet. All right.
We cannot say.
Well, we can, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
It's not worth it. But yes.
Not worth it. No.
I'm from Kentucky and find it hilarious that Rat Queen lives in my old stomping ground.
All of Kentucky.
I live in all of Kentucky. That's exactly right. All right. What would you like to say? What is your final? Do you want to?
Yeah. Thank you for having me on, Murphy. This was all your idea. And I believe that everybody, who is the more heartless? Let's look at that poll. Jay came away. And then, Murphy was in second place. And I'm in last place.
You love to
Are you in? I don't believe you. Hold on. Let me get back to the stream.
Oh, look at the stats. You have to crunch the numbers, Murph.
Hold on. I don't believe you. Golly gee, my internet is taking forever to get me back to the stream.
Willikers. I love the fact that I was actually able to stream, that my internet's better now. Yeah.
Your internet has been...
Okay. They fixed it. I kept complaining until they finally sent a guy over to fix it.
Oh, Jay, you got 48%. That's rough.
Yeah, it was coming. It's fine.
It was fair, though. It was correct. It was the only ruling that could have worked.
Yeah, I know people would be happy, but, I'm just... You gotta say how you feel,
Good for you for being honest and taking the L so that I didn't have to.
It's fine. It's fine. My chat is still mad at you for taking so long to watch Ratatouille, so it's fine.
But I watched it.
Makes fun of me. She eventually watched it. Yeah, after like 4 times, Tekken. Also, Tekken, do you know who Denzel Washington is?
Yeah, he was. He's an actor. I know who he is.
I feel like you shouldn't have remembered that.
Do you know who didn't know who Denzel Washington was?
Who?
Is that?
This the one who's hosting the stream. I think her name's like.
Oh
Murphy.
wow, Murphy.
Murphy, yeah.
If he was in, let me just double check if he's in a movie that I watched. I think he was.
I don't. To be fair, I just told Jay that I don't watch hardly any movies. I don't know any actors, and then he's like, really? You don't know any actors? Let me rattle off some actor names and quiz
Yeah.
you.
Philadelphia. That was Tom Hanks. That was a long time. It's a long time since I saw that movie. But, yeah.
Oh no, this is
His
a
reaction
terrible way to end
was
this.
killed me. It's like, oh wow.
So you didn't know who Denzel Washington was, huh, Murphy?
I just had said that I don't know any actors, and then he started quizzing me on actors.
Like, there's probably actors I don't. I don't know. I was having a
Well, do you
conversation.
know Tom Cruise?
Yeah, he's a Scientologist.
I was gonna ask. I wonder if Murphy knows who Tom Cruise is if she doesn't know Denzel.
Listen, so thanks for coming to the stream.
You're welcome. This was a good time that we got together. We should do this once a year.
Once a year, okay.
Agreed. Once a year. We've already done it twice in the last 6 months.
This time next year, we will be here to spout more nonsense.
I'm
Cool.
all with it. I'm all with it.
All right, and we all got to go to a convention at some point and cosplay as Perona Moria and Kuma. So look for us at AnimeCon 2024 in Statesville. Yeah,
in Long Point, Illinois.
in Long Point, Illinois. We're bringing an anime convention to your hometown.
3, 2, 1.